Hello everyone, my name is BishiDove, and today we are playing some more Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Justice for All. Welcome in everyone. Oh my goodness. Stumped! I just started! Hello! Welcome. Can I get a shout out for Stump, please? I am so surprised. Welcome in! Oh my goodness. Who is streaming? What were you playing? Let's see. Horizon Forbidden West. Was that Jazzy? Was it Jazzy today? Welcome in, everyone. Jazzy. Okay, I knew it. I knew it. I can usually tell by what game was happening. Yeah, welcome in, Benny, and welcome in all of you Stumped Enjoyers. If you don't know me already, my name is Bishi. Today we're playing some Justice for All. Yeah, we're in the final case of the game. I'm getting closer to the end. We won't be finishing it today, probably, but in the next few weeks, maybe. Minestrone is so good. I've never had it. I wanted to call one Italian wedding, but it's too long. Is that a soup too? What? It's minestrone? Minestrone! Minestrone! Okay, I have to say it like that. I'm sorry, it says Minestrone. I'm like, Minecraft? Mindstone? Minestrone! Okay, sorry. God, I had to get my 25% Italian out for that. I have Italian somewhere in that tree. Minecrafteroni! Yeah. If you're okay with canned soup, you can find minestrone and Italian wedding. I've literally never seen this word in my life. How am I supposed to know it's minestrone? I know it's Italian, but give me a break. The correct pronunciation always comes with the hand gesture. Yeah, minestrone. I can't say it any other way. Minestrone? Imagine if I said it like that instead. Minestrone. Minestrone. So bad. I'm like blushing. I'm like, oh god. Have you had scampi or gnocchi? Of course I've had a gnocchi. Scampi. Minestrone. Yeah. I've had gnocchi and scampi, yeah, for sure. I've never heard of minestrone. I've never heard of it. So I have some exciting news. As far as Twitch stream teams go, I was just added to the Capcom Creators stream team today. I've been a part of the Capcom Creators program since the 1st of the month, but I was actually officially added into the stream group today. So if you go to my About page and you look next to my name, I'll have the Capcom Creators team there. In addition to that, I have also been invited to another team, which is Team Mochi, which is the team that Wafer is the leader of. A couple other members you guys might know is Nicole B, Opst, Eighth, Ray Ray, Salty Queen. We've done raids for a few of them before, so you guys might be familiar with them. But yeah, so I'm really excited. Everybody in the team has their own specific flavor, and so my flavor is sweet potato. I decided to go with sweet potato because we love yams, right? And I thought orange would be a cute color for me, so I'm gonna be the sweet potato mochi in Team Mochi. But yeah, it's a little team, just full of a bunch of amazing, sweet people. So when I'm officially added into the Twitch team, and that's on my page, I'll link you guys to the little group page, and y'all can go see all the other team members, because everybody on there is great streamers and great people. So yeah, and we'll try to do a raid for one of them later today, but yeah, I'm excited. Just got added to that today as well, so yeah, lots of fun stuff happening. And then one other silly thing, I got my little notes for Ace Attorney, right? I have a new notebook now for my Ace Attorney notes. It's a little rainbow notebook, so it's probably the least important thing I had to tell y'all, but you know, just wanted to show it. It's just a cute little notebook. Rainbow notebook is best notebook. I have to have a cute notebook so I can have fun taking my notes, you know? All right, now that I've updated all of y'all on the news, and we've been hanging out for a little bit. I think it's about time we switch over and play some Ace Attorney. So let's do it. All right. Oh gosh. Oh. Let me turn down the volume. Ace Attorney is so loud. Almost forgot. Forgot this was a game stream, yeah. I like to hang out and talk with everybody for a little bit at the beginning of streams. That can last, 15 minutes to an hour sometimes, just depending on how much conversation we're doing. But yeah, I just like to catch up with everybody, update on things that have happened, and just hang out. But yeah, let's get to Ace Attorney. Should be this one. Oh, Amelia's redeemed tiny rainbow cowboy hat. Right as I was trying to start the game. I see how it is. We gotta get hyped up for the game. Oh yeah, because Samus is here. Ace Attorney Samus. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we're in the middle of court right now. I know what's going on though, and I'll update y'all, of course. But yeah, it's a great time to talk with everybody, catch up on things, and just hang out and build our camaraderie and friendship together, of course. Great heavens, is that Samus? Yes. She looks just like Samus. Nerdy Samus. Okay, so right now we are hearing testimony from this character, Andrews. She is being... Phoenix is trying to get her to be guilty for this murder so that the person that he is representing doesn't become guilty. I personally think that someone else has probably killed the character and not her. But anyway, she was about to talk about something. So the very last thing that happened last time, Juan, who is the victim, had a spare samurai costume, and she got it out of the guitar case and lied about it, and then that's how she was able to leave the room without anyone knowing it was her. Juan was going to pose as on guard and confess at the press conference some big secret. So he has dirt on guard, or he had dirt. He's dead now. And he was gonna bring On Guard down with him, basically, by confessing to something. Andrews was helping Juan do this. But then the very last thing she said that I thought was very weird is that she is protecting On Guard. So she was helping Juan, but she's protecting On Guard. So I don't know if she was going along with it to learn what the secret was and then, prevent everything from happening. I guess it would make sense now if Andrews was the one that killed Juan, considering all of this, but I still think that she is a red herring. So yeah, anyway, that's what we got. It's a lot, it's a lot. This case is complicated. That's why I have to take notes. I got scared I'd miss the stream and the game wasn't being played when I got here. Yeah, we usually hang out at least for 15 minutes before I jump into the game, so no worries. Andrews is a trans woman and nobody can deny that. Not canon, but who says that it's impossible? Yeah, we gotta make our representation where we can, you know what I mean? A lot happened. Many brain cells were lost that day, yeah, for sure. I got stuck a couple times last week. It was kind of rough. We'll see how today goes. Okay. Oh, and then I also gave Andrews a British accent for some reason, so. From the moment I saw the crime scene, I had a feeling that Matt was the murderer. Let's see. Had a feeling that Matt was the murderer. Okay. Matt had to kill Juan no matter what. And he didn't have an alibi for what he was doing at the time of the murder. My thoughts were confirmed by the evidence, of course, but by the button and the knife. But I'm Matt's manager, so I felt that I had to protect him. Okay. This doesn't count for everything. Well, I am the logical type. We're finally seeing her true self. She's more nervous than a scared rabbit. If the defense can find no fault with this testimony, I'm ready to make a ruling. Please keep that in mind as you cross-examine Mr. Wright. Looks like somehow everything has swung to the opposite end of the scale again. Yeah, even though we're trying to get her to be guilty, they still think it's On Guard. That just means I have to put my weight into this and turn her logic upside down. Oh boy. Okay, protecting Matt. Like, if you're protecting him, why are you saying he probably killed Juan? What? I had a feeling Matt was the murderer. Matt had to kill Juan. He didn't have an alibi for what he was doing at the time of the murder. I mean, he was asleep. You were the one that was outside of the room. My thoughts were confirmed by the evidence of the button and the knife. But I'm his manager, so I felt I had to protect... Okay, so she's saying that she had to protect Matt by lying about the whole situation. So she's... That's what she's saying. She's been protecting Matt, and now she's being honest. I don't think so, but okay. Last cases mess you up. Yeah, I think the last case is always the most complicated. It makes sense, but... Whew. Big bum shoe. Please no. I think she just gives off British vibes. British! Was she born on a Tuesday? Gosh. All this British talk reminds me that the Layla actor for Lego Star Wars, wanted to make a joke about how Leia talks in episode 4 with a British accent, so the actor in Lego Star Wars goes full on British, and it's the best. Oh my god. It doesn't even make sense, like... Do we still have all, like, English dialects in Star Wars? Like, do we still have Britain and the South and, you know, like, all these different accents? I don't remember in Star Wars if, like, Earth is still a thing. Is Earth still a thing? I literally don't remember. Do we still have that planet? No, I didn't think so. So, like, it doesn't make sense. What is a Britain? They'd probably be like, what's a British? It's in a galaxy far, far away. Exactly. All right. Oh yeah, Bumshoe. He'll be that if Karma keeps cutting his pay. Exactly. All right. So from the moment I saw the crime scene, I had a feeling Matt was the murderer. Would you say that was your intuition speaking to you? Don't confuse my methods of reasoning with your own. Irk. If you want to prove that someone did something, you need 3 things. 3 things? Motive, an opportunity to commit the crime, and finally, decisive evidence. And if you think these 3 things through, the answer becomes quite clear. You should have already known that, Phoenix. They didn't teach that to us in school. At least, not from what I remember. May I continue now? Matt had to kill Juan no matter what. So would you say this need came from the press conference? Yes. Do you know why Juan chose that event in that hotel for the conference? Because that was when he could cause the most damage to the public's beloved Matt Ungard. And you knew of this plan, didn't you, Miss Andrews? Yes, because I was the one who set up the conference and prepared the costume. But why were you helping Juan, though? But I'm sure Mr. Ungard himself didn't know anything about the press conference. Oh, really? Can you show me any proof that he didn't know about the press conference? Anyway, the important thing here is that this information was not in your testimony. Yes, I agree. Miss Andrews, please correct your testimony if you please. Grasping at straws now, are we, Mr. Wright? I know what his motive was, but I don't have any way to prove I'm right. Okay. So I could press her on this. Has Mr. Ungard done something to hurt or betray you personally? Who hurt you? Why do you ask? You were the one who helped Mr. Kurita with his press conference, and that event was supposed to bring down Mr. Ungard, yet you still helped out. Right? The person on trial right now is Mr. Ungard, right? What the witness was thinking, helping the victim with his plan, is none of our concern. Really? In any case, this means that the defendant had a motive to kill. Why do I keep doing this to myself? He didn't have an alibi for what he was doing at the time of the murder. But didn't you already testify earlier that Mr. Ungard was taking a nap in his room? Are you telling me now that that too was a lie so you could cover for Mr. Ungard? I'm not telling you anything of the sort. When I went to get him for the show, he honestly was sleeping. However, as to whether he was sleeping the entire time, that I cannot say. I was too busy setting up the stage at the time. I keep trying, but I can find no flaws with that. But with what Miss Andrews has said. I can't say the name the same. Some people here in this courtroom, however. The judge is glaring straight at Mia. He's glaring at you, smart guy. That's how he actually said the line. Nah, that's how the judge talks. Takes him a second. My thoughts were confirmed by the evidence, the button, and the knife. Which I think were both planted. You can hardly call the knife decisive evidence. The fingerprints on the knife could very well be a clever camouflage. Then, what about the button? Button! The button? It's clear from the crime scene that the victim and his murderer fought. And during the fight, the killer ripped the button from the Jammin Ninja's costume. You're talking about this button, correct? That button was found in the pleats of Matt's hakama, isn't that correct? I would think that makes it very decisive evidence. Irk. Looks like you were outfoxed again, Mr. Wright. Anyway, the knife doesn't prove a thing. She is pretty foxy. Please fix your testimony. I can't stand the sight of a man who can't gracefully accept his defeat. Thank goodness Mia can still look at me. With an icy stare, yes. Oh my god. Miss Andrews, for Mr. Wright's sake, please add this information to your testimony. The button was torn off of Juan during his fight with Matt. And how do you know that? When the ends of the threads on the button and the costume were matched up, they were found to fit together perfectly, or so I heard. I've heard that before too. But why would Miss Andrews know about this case down to such a fine detail? Don't look at me like that, just because I'm prepared and you're not. Ugh, and I thought I had her this time for sure. If there's anything to trip her up on, it has to be here. But where and what? Okay, so he's giving me a hint that this is where I respond. But I still have another thing to press. I'm Matt's manager, so I felt I had to protect him. But what you really did was stab the guy in the back, didn't you? And at the worst possible time. Hmm? Who's to say she really stabbed the guy in the back, as you put it? This witness could have disclosed things about Mr. Unguard at any time. Why then would she wait until there was a large audience before doing so? It's the same reason why Mr. Kurita planned such an elaborate conference. Miss Andrews wanted to cause Mr. Unguard as much damage as she possibly could. This witness bears ill will towards the defendant. I'm gonna write that down just because it was bright red. Cause as much damage as possible. Andrews to Unguard. And honestly, I feel like writing stuff down for Ace Attorney now isn't as much as like, oh, I gotta go back and read over this later. It also helps me just kind of like take this in. Kind of like when you take notes during a lecture, it helps you solidify the information in your mind. So that's also why I've been writing stuff down. But it's definitely helpful to go back and see the timeline, because that's where I usually get tripped up. This isn't the Phoenix Wright Wax Philosophical Power Hour. And please, stop slandering the witness. As I expected, Miss Andrews is... Hey, Dinos! Your timing. Welcome in. How you doing, Dinos? Oh my goodness. Hope you're having a good time. Good night, even. Can I get a shout out for Dinos, please? Whatever helps you. Yeah, taking the notes has definitely been helping. Look at my levitating hat. This is also helping me. As I expected, Max Wiener. Nobody expects the Max Wiener. Oh my goodness. As I expected, Miss Andrews' testimony seems pretty solid. Like that Max Wiener. Oh, we like to have fun here. Mia Fey is not amused by Max Wheaton. Damn! Oh. Really? Because to me it sounded a little wishy-washy. Look at the Pokemon! Wishy-washy? Well, I guess we'll see if I press a little more. You should know this by now, but you'll need strong, decisive evidence to make her talk. Got it, Chief. I'm going to pin you down this time, Miss Andrews. Strong, decisive evidence. You say that, but... Okay. So, he hinted that this would be what I respond to. The button was torn off of Juan during his fight with Matt. So let's check out what I got. Let's see. We have this picture. Check something. Okay. Yeah. I don't think there's anything else fishy about this picture, at least not that I can pick up on right now. That's why I was checking the other one, see if there was like another discrepancy, but we've already talked about this. Strangled and stabbed. We have the reports here. Ripped from his costume, covered in Juan's blood, found in Unguard's hakama. Okay. And here's the murder scene. So I brought this up before, I don't know if it's relevant, but we have the spot where the button is missing. And, you know, for instance, there's blood under the button, which I think is kind of weird. Like, how'd the blood get on the button if the blood is under where the button was, which means the button was taken off before the blood got there. So I could bring up this picture. It might be jumping a bit ahead, though. I don't think that's where it's taking me right now. But that's something that I'm thinking about. It might be that because it's directly saying the button was torn off during the fight. So if I want to challenge that, I would show this and be like, well, look at this picture. Look at this photograph. It's a little bit suspicious. So we have the wine glass. I don't think that's going to be relevant right now. We have the guitar case, of course. Let's see. Wine glass found next to the victim, filled with tomato juice, has Andrew's fingerprints. Guitar case empty. There's some water, but only on the top of the lid. Has Juan's fingerprints. We talked about those last time. We have the map, magazine clipping, Lotta. It might be that picture then, if we're gonna say something. So, she also says strong, decisive evidence. I don't know if that's what this picture is, but I'm gonna save and just see how that goes. We'll see if that's it. I won't be surprised if it's not that, but might as well try it. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, Mia is being channeled by pearls. Pictures with threatening auras. Hey, Lovebutt, welcome. Howdy. How you doing? We are, we haven't been playing Ace Attorney too long. We were hanging out for quite a while and just chatting, but, we are here now. I'm, hearing out Andrew's testimony. Let's see if this works. Yeah, no. Okay, never mind. Gonna load this in. There's a shot in the dark. And I missed. Okay, so let me press on this one more time just to see what she says specifically. How do you know that? When the ends of the threads on the button and the costume were matched up, they were found to fit together perfectly. Heard that before, but why would Andrews know about this? If there's anything to trip her up on, it has to be here, but where and what? Unless he's leading me astray and I shouldn't be presenting to this, but... Okay. Is there any discrepancies between this and the picture of her in the costume, maybe? Looks pretty much the same. Don't think so. Like, what I'm thinking happened is the button was torn off maybe before he was killed, and then they put blood on it or something, and then planted it. I mean, either way, I think that the button was planted in Unguard's Hakama, but I don't know how to, like, say that. Yeah, the legs are bunched up. Yeah, that we definitely have a discrepancy there, and we've already gone over that last time. That's how we know that Andrews is the one in this picture. This is not the person we're defending on guard. This is Andrews right here. So basically what happened is she went into that room. She's saying that she saw that Juan was dead, and then panicked, put on the costume herself, and left the room in the costume, which is very, very weird. Right? That's what she said? Let's see. Oh no, you're good, you're good. Do you want to know if you're on the right track? Let me think about it a little bit longer. I have to share this post I once saw of the behind the scenes of photograph, and then there's the look at this photograph, but it was behind the scenes pic instead. I think I missed last week's Ace Attorney. Yeah, no worries. A lot happened last time, so, you know, if there's any confusion, just ask. But yeah, we did go over that already. Right now, I'm thinking that I have to disprove the button was torn off of Juan during his fight with Matt. I guess I'll ask you, Flame, if that is what I'm supposed to be reacting to. Is this the dialogue that I respond to? Because that's what Phoenix said. But sometimes Phoenix is wrong. Okay, let me look at the timeline. Yes, it is. Okay, okay. See, that helps me. But I figured, because that's what he said. Thank you. Okay, let's see. Okay, so Andrews went to Unguard, saw that he was sleeping, and then went to Juan's room, I think to go invite him to the press conference, and then she discovers the body. Apparently she... See, I don't think I wrote that down. That sucks. But from what I remember, she saw the body. Apparently she poured herself a glass of juice, which is weird, to calm her nerves, and then she didn't drink it. And then she looked in the guitar case and saw that the costume was in there. Put together that Juan was going to pose as on guard at the press conference and, you know, confess something. And then she put on the costume herself and used it to go from Juan's room to on guard's room. I guess. Button was torn off of Juan during his fight with Matt. And what Phoenix said was like, we're gonna have to get her on this dialogue, right? But he said that after he was like, how does she know all of the specifics of the murder? Like, why does she know that the threads matched when she shouldn't know that, right? So maybe that's what I should be presenting as something that, like, proves that that's a bit suspicious, right? But I don't know what that would be. I mean, I could present the button and see what happens, right? Let me at least just try the button real quick before I sit here for another 30 minutes. Yeah, it's not the button. I didn't think so. I just like to rule things out. I don't waste time. Okay, press... No, not press. Present. Alright, let's go through everything. Got the picture of the Nickel Samurai. Other than the bunched up pants, I don't think there's any, like, discrepancy between this and this one. So I've already presented the button, and I've presented the crime photo. So it's neither of those. It could be a profile, even. But Mia hinted that it's gonna be strong, decisive evidence, so probably not a profile. The Nickel Samurai is to confess something after the post-ceremony stage show. Button was torn off of Juan during his fight with Matt. I'm not sure. We have the tabloid. Okay. I'm thinking. Young star who played the Gem Ninja, on bad terms with Ungard. Rivals with the Gem Ninja. I don't rightly know. Let's go through this again. The moment I saw the crime scene, I had a feeling that Matt was the murderer. Check every piece of evidence. Worrying me. I know what his motive was, but I don't have any way to prove I'm right. He didn't have an alibi for what he was doing at the time of the murder because she doesn't know if he was sleeping the whole time. Button was torn off of Juan during his fight. I'm Matt's manager, so I felt I had to protect him. You know, I sound like a broken record. Yeah, but I understand, you know. I mean, here's the thing. Sometimes I'll read something like 5 times, and it'll take the 5th time for me to actually pick up on the thing that I need to pick up on. You know what I mean? So I do read through them, but then sometimes it takes a few reads. Yeah, picture taken in the hallway right after the murder. Oh, well, so that's the thing, right? Well, Lotta's photo taken right after the murder. Would it be this picture? Just because the timeline seems a little off, because she said she went to go check on Matt, and then she went to go check on Juan. Juan was dead. She put on the costume, went back over there. I don't know. Maybe I'll try that. There's the victim's blood and Ungard's fingerprints. In the group we have Gatewater engraved. Juan's autopsy, time of death 8:15. I wish it said when this was taken, but strangled with a scarf, then stabbed with a knife. Ripped from his costume. Okay. Covered in Kurita's blood, found in Ungard's hakama. I mean, that's also troubling as well, is that there's 2 different hakamas, right? But I think that Ungard was wearing, Ungard was wearing his costume when he was apprehended, and then they searched him and found the hakama when they did that. That's when you really have to think through. Oh, Lord Jesus. Well, I had some kind of inkling reading this, so let me just try it and see if it's wrong. I'll just load it. Sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's not that either. Okay. My God. Take what you read and then combine with what she's saying. Barely started playing and I'm already stuck. Oh boy. I like watching streamers play Ace Attorney because I know what happens. First, I know what happens, and second, I can see how differently people think. Yeah. Someone else I watched took a good 5 to 10 minutes to notice the bunched up pants. Yeah, that I think I noticed right away, but there's other things I get stuck on. You know what I mean? Everybody, like you said, thinks differently and picks up on certain things quicker. I would be going down the line of each possible choice and clicking everything and reloading, to be honest. You have such patience. Because I want to come to the conclusion. I don't want to just, like, trial and error every single time I get stuck. But eventually, sometimes it comes down to that. Because I'm just like, I have no freaking idea. Let's just trial and error. But, yeah. Okay, so take what you read and then combine with what she's saying. Okay. So it's not this, and it's not this, and it's not this. So let's look at all the other stuff, right? So we have the knife. The button was torn off of Juan during his fight with Matt. The knife bears the victim's blood and unguard's fingerprints. I mean, like, where I was going, right, was that it's weird that the knife is there with the blood, but the button, the place where the button was should have still been, I don't know. Because, like, this proves that the knife was, like, an afterthought, right? Let me try the knife one more time. No. It's gonna end up being trial and error at this point because I've tried, like, 5 things. Okay. I swear, it's gonna click at some point. I'm gonna be pissed off, like usual. Okay, Juan's autopsy. Time of death, 8:15. First, he was strangled with a scarf and then stabbed with a knife. Anything weird about that? Button was torn off during his fight with Matt. I mean, maybe it could be the autopsy report. I don't know. I doubt it's gonna be this. I doubt it's gonna be that. Has Karita's fingerprints. We have the map. Article from the tabloid Gossipland. Juan has been getting in close with the mysterious, beautiful manager to the stars, Miss AA. That's not relevant right now. Stolen on the night of the murder. Tabloid article about the victim was in the case. Nickel Samurai is to confess something after the post-ceremony stage show. Okay. Let me try the autopsy report. Okay, it was the autopsy report. See, that time I didn't quite understand why we're choosing this, but eventually I'm like, well, I could see it, I guess. This is the victim's autopsy report. It clearly states the cause of death was strangulation by a scarf, right? Strangulation? The knife stab to the victim was done after the victim had already died. Okay, so this is weird because, like, I know this and I agree with it, but I didn't come to the conclusion of picking the autopsy report. Okay. Yeah, so the knife stab was after the victim had already died. It's an afterthought. Oh, okay. So maybe the way they're going with it is, like, the knife was afterward, which means that the button came off after he died, not during the fight. Okay, see, I didn't put those two together, but okay. It makes sense. It just didn't click. And what does that mean? Let's examine the evidence. This button has the victim's blood on it, which would mean that it was ripped off of the costume when? So after he was stabbed, right? Because if it's torn off during the fight, it wouldn't have any blood on it. Okay. I'm sorry, okay? After the knife was stabbed into the victim. Exactly. Which means it is impossible that this button was torn off during the victim's final struggle, because the victim was strangled to death in that fight. Ah, yeah. That's right, Miss Andrews. There is no way this button was ripped off during the struggle. See, we get into, like, the very specific, like, wording of things. This button was consciously pulled off of the victim's already dead body. Like, I knew that, but... God. Oh, he was trying to say order, and Edwards is like, shut up! What is the meaning of this, right? So what if the button was torn off the body after the victim had already died? What does that change? Let me ask you one simple question, Mr. Edgeworth. Why was the button torn off? What purpose did that serve? What purpose? We now know this button was not torn off during the fight, so the murderer took the time and effort to purposely rip this from the victim's body. That would mean that the murderer had something in mind, wouldn't it? Mr. Wright, does this mean you know what the murderer wanted to do with this button? What was it? Let's say first. Me when I'm perceiving. How are the cosplays going? Let us know, Ruuuvo! I think we're still in the pattern stage. We are still cutting pieces out of a rough draft fabric before we ever touch the actual final fabric for the costumes. So Ruuuvo is figuring that out first, and then after that we're going to try on the rough drafts and edit what we need to edit, you know, as far as fitting us. And then once that's done, then we can actually start cutting pieces out of like the actual fabric. I saw Edgeworth's cravat and suddenly remembered. Yeah, I mean, once we get some real progress done, we'll probably be posting pictures and stuff, but at the moment, we're still, yeah, Ruuuvo's still working on it. They're going. They are certainly going. We've been really busy with other stuff too, like planning out our chicken coop and all of that, so yeah. Okay. What did the murderer want to do with the button? To have a memento of the crime, to pin the crime on guard, to destroy evidence. I was going to say to pin the crime on guard. It was planted. There is only one logical reason for doing something like that. It was to pin the crime on Mr. Unguard. There is no way anyone would put a bloodied button in their own pants. That's right. Mr. Unguard was set up. By the real killer, of course. And the real murderer is? Maybe real murderer? Well, Mr. Wright, who in the world is the real killer then? Finally. I can't believe I managed to bring this trial all the way up to this point. Phoenix, you can't let your guard down yet. Not until the very end. The real killer, the person who planned to fray Mr. Unguard, is... Andrews? I have no other suspects. I mean... It was Windbag! Huh. You know what would be interesting? That I only just considered. Is if Juan did this to himself. But you can't really... No. Never mind, that doesn't work because the knife was after he died, right? So never mind. I was gonna say, like, maybe he did it himself and then set up the press conference so it would seem like he was gonna admit to murder, but then he died, and then now Unguard is, you know, it doesn't make sense. Unless Juan was working with Andrews to do that, so then Andrews planned it. So Andrews would still... I don't know, but I'm gonna say Andrews because I don't know who the hell else I would say. Maya Fey. It was Juan himself, yeah. This game makes me go to wild places, man. It was aliens! Yeah, okay. Andrews. At least for now, this is what we're working towards, you know? Miss Adrian Andrews. I choose you! Go Pikachu! You are Juan's killer. What? Her glasses broke again. You got another pair though, don't you? Order! Order! Mr. Wright! This is a very grave matter. Do you have any evidence that supports your charge? Oh, Jesus Christ! His ghost stabbed himself. The ghost did it. It was ghosts. Hope no glass went in her eye. Oh, God. It was the Blue Badger. Any evidence? All of the evidence points to Miss Andrews. How preposterous. You can't stick any of that on me. I can't, can I? Would you care to test me? Then what about this knife? This knife! The knife was used to stab the victim after he had already been strangled to death. It was used to throw suspicion onto Mr. Unguard, naturally. A knife covered in the defendant's fingerprints could only be taken from his room. And the only one who had dinner with him and knew which knife to take was you. Tisk, your glasses. How many glasses does she have? Then, what about the button that was found in Matt's Hakama? This button was removed from the victim's body after he had already died. The only people who could have done so were the person who found his body or the killer. However, if Mr. Unguard was the real killer, There's no way he would have put such incriminating evidence in his own Hakama. Ugh! The only person who could have put this button into Mr. Ungard's Hakama is the person who went to wake him from his nap, which is you, yet again, Miss Andrews. I see. What about the empty guitar case? That is also another piece of evidence that incriminates Miss Andrews. That costume was used to hide the real killer's identity as they fled the crime scene. Now, who could have known that there was just such a costume inside the guitar case? It could only have been the person who prepared the costume for the victim. And that person is you, Miss Adrian Andrews. No, She's crying! But Miss Andrews' fingerprints were nowhere to be found on the guitar case, and it was you who proved that she was not wearing gloves at the time. That's interesting. That's right. That's because she did not intend on leaving any prints. If anyone had found out that she had touched the case, they would have asked her why. So to avoid leaving any prints, she used a towel or something else to open it. But the glass of tomato juice is a different story. Miss Andrews purposely left her fingerprints on the glass to show that, yes, indeed, she was the classic dazed discoverer of a dead body. Ah! And to top it all off, there is this photo. Jeez, Phoenix is going for the jugular right now. He's just like, bam, bam, bam! To top it all off, there's this photo. A photo of the killer as they exited the scene of the crime. No reasonable person on Earth can believe this nickel samurai is Mr. Ungard. He would be much too short for his own costume if it was him. Speaking of how tall people are, Miss Andrews, you're also kind of short in stature, are you not? Please stop. Well, how about it, Miss Andrews? I've got her this time. Nah, something's gonna happen. Miss Andrews? I refuse to testify. What was that? There's a law. It says I can't be forced to testify about something if it can incriminate me. What? Well, yes. You are absolutely correct, Miss Andrews. The law does provide us with a way to avoid self-incrimination. What? I don't wanna! By allowing a witness to not testify if the testimony can cause damage to themselves? What? Pleading the fifth is not something most people would think to do on the spot. I plead the fifth! Actually, thinking back to yesterday in Mr. Ungard's room... Adrian Andrews. Yes? Think hard about what we just discussed. Understood? Oh, she gave her a tip. She was like, use the Fifth Amendment. All right. I guess. Plead the Fifth. Not amendment, but plead the Fifth. That's it. That's when Franziska planted this idea into her head. She must have told Miss Andrews to not testify if things looked bad. Did a good job proving everything up to this point, Phoenix. But there's still one thing you haven't done. Something I haven't done? What's wrong, right? Are you finished already? Ran out of evidence? What is so humorous, Mr. Edgeworth? I'm sure you realize this as well, Your Honor. But everything the good lawyer here has proven up to this point is meaningless. What? Everything you have proven is circumstantial. Oh. Circumstantial? Yes, circumstantial. You have yet to provide a single piece of definitive proof. Ooh. Mia did say decisive evidence. Okay, definitive. Proof. Oh boy. He has receipts. That's not a knife. I'm gonna be 100% real. I haven't been looking at the screen every time the button was discussed, so I thought it was a bloody egg. A bloody egg! I know how the murder went. Let me see what you have. A knife. No! Cookie, badges, and egg buttons. Andrews is seconds away from saying, the bloody egg button! Take this, and this, and this! Yeah, Phoenix is just here because he's trying to help Maya, you know? That's why we're here. For her. Do it for her. She said, please, no more evidence. Oh, God. Short people are murders. Oh, my God. Yeah, you gotta watch out for Ruuuvo. They are known for their violent acts. They'll get you. If there's a self-incrimination clause, then what has been happening in every case? We incriminated them instead. That's funny too, because if you feel you gotta invoke a clause like that, it's kind of admitting guilt, yeah. Makes you look suspicious. It would give the jury a bad impression, but not saying anything is just as valid a defense as any. Super suspicious, indeed. Have yet to provide a single piece of definitive proof. Proof that Miss Andrews did in fact harbor a wish to murder Mr. Kurita. I'm gonna write that down before we keep going. Okay, definitive proof that Andrews wanted to kill Juan. So like a motive. Oh, well, we can prove that actually. We have evidence for motive actually. Funny you bring that up. Miss Andrews, did you want to kill Mr. Kurita? I believe this may lead to me incriminating myself, so I will abstain from answering. But Miss Andrews, if you do that, it would be the same as admitting your guilt, don't you think? Maybe so, or maybe not. There's nothing to prove it either way. Besides, you don't even know what crime I would be guilty of due to my silence. No, she's taking that defiant attitude again. Mia, what should we do? Somehow we've landed in the worst possible situation. But we have receipts. We do. I think we have reached a certain conclusion at this point in time. Miss Adrian Andrews has refused to testify, and the defense's theory that she is the actual murderer has not been fully substantiated with solid definitive proof. But that's not true. In this situation, there is only one thing this court can do, and that is to declare a recess. Recess? I request that both the prosecution and the defense look further into this matter. Well, the thing is, we have to do this today. Yeah, for Maya. And at tomorrow's trial... Tomorrow? We don't have a tomorrow. If we don't get a not guilty verdict today, then... Phoenix has never been so desperate. Please wait, Your Honor. That's not necessary. The trial. Please continue the trial. What are you sweating for? Doesn't Edgeworth know what's going on? Your client is getting one more day to live, isn't he? That's not it. This isn't about that. Edgeworth, I know you know who the real killer is. Please, let the trial continue. If I don't get the verdict, then Maya. It is Edgeworth? I don't think we told Edgeworth, right? But it's impossible to continue as long as the witness refuses to testify. Now then, this court is... Oh? It is not impossible for this trial to continue. Oh? Mr. Edgeworth, what are you... It's true Miss Andrews holds the right against self-incrimination. However, if the topic of conversation were something unrelated to whatever she may be guilty of, then she has no right to withhold testimony. Yes, that is very true, but actually, there is one little thing that I'm curious about. Miss Andrews, when you found the victim's dead body, you poured yourself a glass of juice. Yes, and? I can't help but think how unnatural that is. Usually, when one finds a body, they are shaken up, not stirring a glass of juice. So my actions were unusual, but I've already... Before you speak, I want to state that if you have a reason behind your actions, I would like you to testify to that effect. Testify? Your Honor, I would like to request that the witness testify again as to what happened when she first discovered the victim's body. Whatever we find out in this testimony should in no way implicate the witness. Alright. I don't know what it is about Edgeworth today, but I can't get a good read off of him. Is he friend or foe? I just don't know. I think he's friend, but he's like making Phoenix do this, you know? He's like forcing him into the corner. Because right now he's helping us out. Court acknowledges the prosecution's request. Miss Andrews, if you please. So like, I'm not angry at Edgeworth, you know? Sometimes he gets on my nerves a little bit, but we love him here. We love him. And I found the body. Okay. You know what else is an egg? Uchi's bald head. He's fro. Friend and foe. He's a fro. Is it presumed all the people that get a guilty verdict in Ace Attorney are sentenced to death? I don't know. You never actually hear the sentencing. Yeah, we don't know what they get. Certain death. Immediate execution. Hey, Yowzers. God, I love him. I love Edgeworth. Can't wait to be him. For some reason, just assumed that that was the case in a lot of them. The more wild murders, like One Karma, maybe not so much people like Any Mini. Yeah, I don't know. We'll just have to see. He's our friend. Our man friend. That glass of juice, I didn't really pour it for myself. I was surprised when I walked into the room and saw it in that messy state. And Juan, he was sitting slumped over and tired looking in the corner. When I saw him sitting like that, the thought that he was dead didn't cross my mind. To be honest, I thought he had just fainted or something. I went to pour him some juice. When I realized that he was dead, that's when I knocked the flower vase over. So why didn't she say this before? Why didn't you just tell us that earlier? So you poured that glass of juice for the victim. Why didn't you say so in your earlier testimony? Exactly. I didn't think I needed to include something so trivial. Phoenix, please be careful here. If you can't find anything wrong with this testimony, then there's nothing left. I know. Edgeworth, what the heck is going on in that brain of yours? Now then, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. I found the body cross-examination. Let's save first. Zoe. There's 100% love between Zoe and Edgeworth. Oh my goodness. That get added in? We gotta make sure. Yeah, I didn't add it, did it? Let's give it a minute. It's been a little bit slow lately, hasn't it? But the bot should be working. Oh, wait a second. I want to see what number it is, and then we can add that to the 100% command. So just wait a little while, and then if it doesn't work, do it again. Phoenix has competition. Edgeworth has 2 hands. Yeah, let's test it in general. Let's see. You wanted that one? Oh. Let me solve this. That's probably what happened last time. Remember, our quotes didn't work, and then I had to go reset them. Let's try it. We gotta add this quote. Oh, my spine. Gosh. It's being a little bit finicky for me for some reason. This is Streamlabs' fault. Just letting y'all know. Okay, let's see. Where are you? Where are you? Yeah, I disabled my cloud bot yet again. I do not know why, but the quotes specifically are only through Streamlabs CloudBot. What I use for streaming is OBS, not Streamlabs, and my bot is Streamlabs chatbot. So there's this whole other bot that's called CloudBot, and that is how I have my quotes, and I cannot migrate the quotes anywhere else. They don't have a system to export them, so I would have to redo them all. So I don't like Streamlabs. I hate Streamlabs. I don't use anything else from them. CloudBot just has our quotes as a hostage, and every now and then the CloudBot just turns itself off. I don't know why. So I turn it back on, it should be working again. I don't know why it does that. It is so weird. Okay, so let's test it. Quote. Yeah, it was turned off. So stupid. Okay, let me add that quote for you, Zoe. Let's do, oh no, Ruuvo's got it, Ruuvo's got it. So that's quote 359. So let me add that to our 100% love Hall of Fame, so to say. We've got 359 with Zoe. All right, should be updated. There you go, Zoe, you're at the bottom there. There you go! Tech issues, you gotta love them. At least I fixed it. Last time this happened, I had no idea what was wrong until I logged into Streamlabs and found out that that was the issue. Anyway. Pro tip, don't use Streamlabs for your quote system, because you'll never be able to move it after that. It'll suck. Not hashtag, exclamation hate Streamlabs, yeah. Ooh, just cleaned my desk. Congrats, love, but getting things done. All right, let's get things done in Ace Attorney. That glass of juice didn't really pour it for myself. But there wasn't anyone else in the room, right? Of course not. Then who did you pour it for? Mr. Wright, there's a rhyme and reason for everything. Can you wait just a little longer for it to be revealed to you? In other words, Wright, be quiet and listen. Precisely. Couldn't have said it better myself. Surprised when I walked in the room and saw it in the messy state. So, it was a mess? Are you sure it wasn't messy because of your fight with Mr. Juan? I understand your frustrations at not being able to prove your theory. However, before you go accusing people of crimes, go find yourself some evidence. And then, what did you see next, witness? And then what? Juan was sitting slumped over and tired looking. Slumped over? Yes, he was just sitting there with his head tilted forward, eyes closed. He really looked like he was sleeping. Is it just me, or did that right there sound a little odd? Let me write down what she said. Sitting there with his head tilted forward, eyes closed. So this probably goes against the photo that we have, so I'll look at it in a second. So head tilted forward, eyes closed. Okay. Looked like he was sleeping, is what she claims. And then we look at the crime scene photo. I mean, that's what he looks like. He's slumped over, head tilted forward, eyes closed. He could be sleeping, but, you know, he has a knife sticking out of him and blood. Wouldn't that stand out? Okay. We'll think about that. When I saw him sitting, the thought that he was dead didn't cross my mind. I do think that's kind of weird. She didn't see the knife. Yeah, isn't that weird? Wouldn't she have seen that knife? So it makes you wonder if she put the knife there. Like, maybe she didn't kill him, but took the opportunity. Like I said, I don't think that she killed him, actually. I really don't. That's just the way that the game is going right now. I think that she was involved in this somehow, of course. So that would make sense. She finds him dead and then decides to frame on guard, either because she was told to or wanted to. I don't know. Yeah, so maybe she planted the knife but didn't commit the murder. We'll see. I always sleep with a knife in my chest. What do you mean? Weirdos? Present! Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll present to that. So that's gonna be to the slumped over dialogue. Okay. Love sleeping with my knife collection. You're just like one of those knife blocks. You just like ching, ching, ching. You just carry them with you like that. You know, we actually we used to have this knife block, and I think my family had it for years, and I just took it when I moved out. We finally replaced it with like a magnetic knife block, so you just like put the knives on it instead of like inside of something that could like harbor bacteria. It's really cool. They just hang onto there by a magnet. I'll have to take a picture or something. Only 22% love between Lovebud and this community. That is absolutely a lie. Absolutely 100% a lie. You could say that's 100% a lie. Yes. Not true. Moobot's just being a butt, and not a love butt. A bad butt. Sometimes I just have a knife in my room that I forget to put back because I peeled an orange. Love sleeping with a knife in my chest. Just so comfortable. Okay, so Juan, yeah, slumped over. When I saw him sitting, the thought that he was dead didn't cross my mind. Then what did cross your mind? I thought maybe he had smashed everything up in anger because he lost the Grand Prix, and then felt tired after his rampage, so decided to take a nap. Anyways, that's what I thought. I see, so you didn't think he was dead at all? Mm-hmm. To be honest, I thought he had just fainted. Went to pour him some juice. You thought he fainted? I thought he was asleep at first. Then, the room was in such a messy state. I thought maybe he had gotten into a fight with someone. And that's when you went to pour the glass of juice? Yes, he always has a hard time waking up. Juan always has a glass of tomato juice to drink. I see. And after that, what happened next? When I realized he was dead, that's when I knocked the flower vase over. And how did you come to realize that he was in fact dead? I shook him over and over, but I never got a response. I set the glass down on the dresser and tried to take his pulse. I was shocked and staggered backward. And knocked the flower vase over. So that's what happened. Yes. This is what it all comes down to. Huh? This is the absolute end for both sides, and Adrian is letting her guard down. Phoenix, now is our best chance yet to kill the prosecution's case. Isn't that a bit harsh? Miss Andrews, will you tell us the truth this time? Okay, so that's just the end of the testimony. Let me say first, I guess I would present the knife? Might be jumping ahead. Sitting slumped over and tired looking. Let's try the knife and see what happens. Fluffy knives. Isn't that what cats are? Fluffy knives! They've got several fluffy knives. Super dangerous. Okay, it's not the knife. What do you think about the witness's statement? Okay, never mind then. Fine! Sitting there with his head tilted forward, eyes closed. Looked like he was sleeping. That sounded odd. I could present the photo. There's a photo. Okay, that was my next guess. So you honestly didn't think he was dead when you found him? No, not at all. Even though this is what you saw when you discovered the body? I mean, yeah, I feel like you would see the bloody knife from quite a bit away. Ah! What is the meaning of this? Isn't it obvious, Your Honor? There is a knife sticking straight out of Mr. Kurita's chest. Okay, so it was the knife, but I had to see the bigger picture. Okay. Anyone who saw this scene would have immediately thought that here was a dead man. Well, you see... I doubt a single person in the world would mistake this for someone who fainted, and then so nonchalantly go pour something to drink. Your point is? Miss Andrews, your testimony just now, it was all one giant lie. Ah! And your lie has proven one thing very clearly, that you are the real killer. No! 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 Oh my god. Looks like the defense has somehow brought the ugly truth to light. The defendant, Mr. Matt on Guard, is not guilty after all. But that's impossible. You're wrong. Miss Andrews, try to have some composure. It wasn't me. It wasn't me, I tell you. It was Matt, I swear it. He's the one who killed Juan. But you were the one who refused to testify. And your reason for not doing so was that you might end up incriminating yourself. That's because... Miss Andrews, I will give you one last chance. What exactly are you hiding that may incriminate you? I refuse to testify. Yeah. Then there is no need for this court to continue any further. Mr. Matt on Guard's innocence has been clearly demonstrated. Is it over? Have we found the truth at last? I don't think we found the truth, but we have at least proven Matt not guilty. What's wrong, Phoenix? Usually the real killer confesses his or her guilt. And now that I think about it, this is the first time someone hasn't. Now then, I would like to hand down my verdict for Mr. Matt on Guard. Your Honor, the prosecution feels that it would be premature to pass down a verdict at this time. Oh, sweet God. Edgeworth. What are you doing? What? The reason is quite simple. This witness has yet to speak the absolute real truth. It's true. We want to hear what the real situation is. The absolute real truth? What are you... Witness, don't you understand yet? Huh? I don't know who planted this silly idea in your head, but as long as you protect yourself through your silence, Matt on Guard will go free, and in his place, you will become the guilty party. That's a lie. I don't believe you. What? I was told if I spoke, then it would be all over, and Matt would never be declared guilty. What in the world is she talking about? Has she lost it? I can't speak about it. I'm too scared. It's Franziska von Karma. Huh? Don't you remember, Phoenix? Miss Andrews lives by gripping tightly onto the words of another, because she doesn't have the strength to believe in herself. Then, right now, Miss Andrews is... Yesterday, she was tossed a lifesaver by Miss von Karma. Don't say a word no matter what happens. If you do, Matt on Guard will be acquitted. Miss Andrews undyingly believes in those words right now, and is clinging on to them. Then what should we do? This is the first time I've ever come across anything like this. There is a first for everything! But Miss Andrews has to be the killer, right? I don't think so. All we have to do now is get our not guilty. That's my only priority. It wasn't me. I'm begging you, please believe me. I didn't kill Juan. Help. Please, someone, help me. I feel kind of bad for her. Mr. Wright, Yes, Your Honor? The court can't continue on like this. Therefore, I'd like to hear what you intend to do. What I intend to do? What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to say? Right. I suggest you think very carefully about this. Think about what this witness did and what she did not do. And think about who is the real mastermind behind this crime. Who's the real mastermind? Isn't that obvious? There's no one else it could be except the woman crying over there, right? Wrong! It's wrong! Hey, Rainwell, welcome. Hey, Steph, welcome. Nice British impression. I know it's not perfect. I will say that, but thank you. Oh, you weren't me, you cheeky nonces! If someone writes out like a line for me that's like written in the accent, I can pretty much do it, but doesn't mean what you think it does. Oh no. It's a good British accent. British. Thank you. There's some words that I'm like, I don't know how I should say this in the accent, but for the most part. Okay, let me catch up with chat while I'm here. I think right now it's a good time to comment on how sometimes I misread down as clown, so sometimes just reading the word makes me wheeze. Oh, you were talking about your kitties. I've never gotten a photo of one because he's sneaky. I know something funny. You could have presented the photo to statements 4, 5, and 6, and it would have worked. Wow. Well, that's nice, you know? You don't have to get it exactly right. You just have to get the evidence right. It's kind of neat, I guess. I like how an ace attorney, even when you get the innocent verdict, you still have to solve the murder. Nick signed up to be a lawyer, not a detective, but I guess he can be both. You're pretty much both in the games. You're like a detective/lawyer. More lawyer than detective, and then in Lost Judgment, you're a lawyer detective, more detective than lawyer. Kind of funny how that worked out. Meanwhile, the man named Da Killer, right? There's literally a guy named Da Killer. We don't have a profile of him though, but. Harry, did you put your name in the goblet of fire? Fine, you cheeky numpties. I don't know what I'm saying, and I'm sorry if I'm saying something bad. Oh, God. It's not a Tuesday. That was yesterday. Oh, Governor. Oh, my God. Governor, I didn't do it. He's the one that did it. He's guilty. It's British. Coming from a Brit himself. Oh, okay. Got a Brit in the chat. Okay, well, if you say it's a good British accent, then I'll take it. I'll take it. Flame, what did you just make Bishy say? I know, right? Like, I don't know what I'm saying half the time when y'all do this. I think the murderer is the killer. Yes, the murderer did kill someone. It's like an ace attorney. The only way to prove innocence is to find someone else guilty. Like, what's an alibi? Yeah, that's how all the games have been working so far, is like, you have to find who did it in order to get someone else off the hook. It's an insult, but also something else in Britain that can land you in the dock. I don't know what that means. Y'all are speaking a different language. You're a detective/lawyer/policeman/fireman/murderer/donut shop worker? Hello? The rain falls when it rains. Is beans on toast good? Oh my god. How do you like your tea? Oh, Jesus. Innocent until proven guilty. Yeah, and that is how the justice system works in Japan anyway, so makes sense for the games to be like that. Okay. What will you do? What kind of man are you, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Pressed not guilty verdict. Force Andrews to testify. I guess force Andrews to testify. We gotta figure out this mystery, right? We can't just leave Andrews hanging, because I personally don't think she did it either. There's things that are pointing to it not being her, so I don't think we found this out, so. Guilty until proven in a find the right killer sent. Can we add that as a quote? Flame, you just can't ask someone that if beans on toast is good. You're not truly British until you say, would you like tea and crumpets? Oh, when I say doc, I mean the doc in court, the one Adrian Andrews is on. Okay. It's very bad. It's fine. Slang is very weird in this country. We have weird slang here too. I mean, you know. I know we poke fun at British slang a lot, but send her away forever. No, we can't. We can't. She's too hot. We can't do this to her. She's innocent, I tell you. Oh, lawyer, detective, art student with Phoenix's backstory. Oh yeah, I guess so. Actually, I don't know if I know about that yet. 360 no scope. Oh my god. Okay, force Andrews to testify. Yeah. Which will help her, technically. I have to win a complete acquittal today. There's no way around that. But I can't bring myself to do it like this. Not when she's making a face like that. She's crying! Miss Andrews, I would like to know what you are really hiding. Mr. Wright, are you sure you know what you're doing? Sure, Mr. Ungard would get an acquittal, but in his place you would be found guilty. Is this how you really want this trial to end? Be quiet. How dare you? You're trying to trick me. That's enough. I commend you for trying, Mr. Edgeworth. However, it's clear that the defense's theory is the truth. You're wrong. What a shame. I had hoped things wouldn't come to this, however. What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? Miss Andrews, since you absolutely refuse to testify, it falls on my shoulders to disclose this to the court. Stop. Mr. Edgeworth? This witness. How should I put this? She has an illness. What? And because of this illness, she has tried to commit suicide in the past. Oh, I see. Stop. Please stop. No matter how much you want to hide it, it's no use. I have the evidence right here. Ah, that's the second part of the suicide report. The attempted suicide report. What will you do now, witness? You know what I'm about to do, don't you? I will now reveal to the court the true nature of the pitiful woman known as Adrian Andrews. I feel like calling her pitiful is pretty harsh. The secret of her dependent nature. Having other people know about it scares her more than anything else in the world. Please, please stop, I beg you. If people find out, I'll... yeah. If you're going to say you would choose death, that is of no concern to me. Damn, Edgeworth! Jesus! Edgeworth, how can you be so cold? However, before you die... God! I will pull the truth from your still breathing lips, no matter what I have to do. Cold-blooded. So, will you tell the court yourself, or shall I? Either is fine with me. Jesus. Yeah, playing bad cop, right? I'll talk, but please, help me. This poor woman. I mean, the thing is, she is the key to a murder case, and she's just not telling us, but I feel bad for her. Nothing matters anymore. I don't know about this. My crime. Okay. It's like a general content warning. Might get a little rough from here on out. This whole case has been kind of rough because it covers this subject matter, you know. Let me catch up with chat. I saw Phoenix and Miles snogging the other day. Yeah, if there's anything that you know past this game, I'd rather it not be referenced in chat or talked about because I haven't gotten to it yet. I don't know what you're talking about. So, you know, I would consider it a little bit spoilery, even without context, you know? So, yeah, just keep that in mind, please. I'm just not gonna read that message where you explained it. That's spoilers for me. British slang sounds funny, so I like using it. Top of the morning to you, lads! Oh yeah, that's Irish. Can be funny at times with a Cockney accent. Yeah, yeah. Right! Just outing her in public like that? Yeah, yeah. Edgeworth isn't playing around. Gotta be honest in court. Gonna have tea and watch the telly is the most British thing you can say. Well, let's see. I put content warning. Yeah, I try to put content warnings when I upload to YouTube because then I will actually know what to warn for. Since all these playthroughs I do, I don't know what's gonna happen. I can't really predict what kind of content warnings to put. But definitely for YouTube, I try to put content warnings in the description, as long as I have like something to say and can remember to put one. Yeah, but I'll take a note real quick. This whole case probably needs one, to be honest. Let me see. Like, if it shows imagery, I try to put like the timestamp, or if it's discussed. When it comes to this case, it just keeps popping up, so basically it's just the whole case. Where is it? There it is. Okay, so I jotted that down in my notes. If you're a true Brit, what's your favorite football team? Oh my god. Oh yeah, I know telly. I know a lot of the slang you guys are saying, except for a few things like nonce and the other one you guys said. But other than that, I know. Like I know busies, police, and then there's like a really rude insult that I learned, but I've forgotten now. Oh, you gonna watch the game at the pub? Jeez. Same for this particular one. It's yeah, I'm sure because we're about to get into it now. We're about to get into her backstory, so all of the details are about to come out. So I will definitely try to put something. Let's see. Oh my god. Turn on the telly, love. Manchester United's having a ripper of a match. Gonna watch some Corey and Easties. Sports? Oh, soap operas, okay. See, you could have told me those are like... You could have said Corey and Easties are sports teams, I would have believed you. I did hear about the pants thing. I did hear about that. There's another word that doesn't mean much here, but definitely means something there. I guess it's fine if I say it, right? Like, you know how we have fanny packs? That word means something else. In the UK, that's another one I know about. There's a type of ice cream called Gaylords. I would like to try it. The ice cream of my people. Certainly not. Ripper might be an Australian. Oh, I was about to say Australian. Like a horrible Australian accent. Now, Australian, I really can't do. I really can't do that well. And anytime I try it, it sounds terrible. So, not gonna do that. All of my British slang is from Assassin's Creed Syndicate. So specific. Must be thinking of another country. Oh, for Ripper? Australian. Oh my god. And yeah, there's another word for that. Certainly, certainly. Okay, let's get back to Ace Attorney. When I first saw him, I really thought he had fainted, honest. When I realized he was dead, that was when I formulated my plan. Once I made sure there was no one in the hallway, I made a dash back to Matt's room. And then, I stabbed Juan's dead body with the knife and ripped off the button. Just when I finished and was returning to Matt's room, I had a bit of an inconvenience. And that's why I ended up using the Nickel Samurai costume. Inconvenience? Why didn't you tell us what it was? Why didn't you tell us? Stab the body with a knife? Why would you do that? Isn't it obvious? To pin the blame on a certain person. A certain cowardly man. What do you mean by all of this? It might take this court a little while to understand, but this is the truth. The real killer is Matt, that scumbag of a man. I'll never forgive him. He's trying to escape his guilt again, just like last time. Last time? So this is probably regarding the... This is regarding the thing that Juan knew about Matt that he was going to confess to. So, Miss Andrews stabbed the victim, Juan Carita, in the chest with a knife. However, she didn't do it with murder in mind. She did it with the intent of framing Matt on guard for the murder. So she does not like Matt. Okay, I'm gonna start a new note in my handy dandy rainbow notebook. Oh boy. Okay. This feels more like Blue's Clues notebook level. So she... Okay. Andrews thinks that On Guard is cowardly and framed him. Okay, I just wanted to have that from my notes. And this is her crime. What? How is this possible? I mean, wasn't Miss Andrews supposed to be the real murderer? Mr. Wright, please get over your shock and commence the cross-examination. Oh boy. My crime. Alright. It is an example of slang, but the slang itself is technically misgendering, so I do appreciate Ruuuvo bringing that up. So yeah. You'll have to think of gender-neutral slang for me. Yeah, it definitely is gender. You could even call me lad if you want. I prefer androgynous terms, or if you have to, maybe masculine terms. Yeah. Okay, let me catch up with chat here. Let me see. Bunch of slang, bunch of British slang, UK slang. Golden Gaytime ice cream. Oh, it's Australian. Okay, okay. I would still like to try it. Cracking open a cold one with the lads. Can we call you Broski Broseph? I don't know about that. You can call me Bishi. A Bishi is a Bishi, and that's it. Alright, when I first saw him, I really thought he had fainted. Honest! Potato chip? Okay, we can say that. BishiDove? Oh, Jesus Christ, here we go. Look what you started. You could tell from the state the room was in that there must have been a fight. Are you telling the truth when you say that you did not know he was dead? He had a scarf tied around his neck. That scarf is a part of the Jammin' Ninja's costume, so I didn't think anything about it was strange. His head was also tilted down a bit, so I couldn't see his face that well. That's why I thought I'd wake him up and went to pour the juice. Okay, so that's basically what she said before. Don't know anything about those things. Not well versed with pronouns. Never met someone like that in real life. Have no friends like that. Well, That's why I think that the internet and places like Twitch can be a great place, because you can meet people that you maybe wouldn't usually meet in your day-to-day life. But yeah, just so you're aware, I do use they, them pronouns since I'm non-binary. I don't identify as a woman or a man, neither. I feel more like I'm just outside of that. And actually would love to present more masculine sometimes, but also being non-binary doesn't mean that you have to perform masculinity or androgyny. A lot of people associate masculinity with androgyny, whereas androgyny can be anything. It can be how I present, it can be more feminine, more masculine, kind of in the middle. That's the great thing about being non-binary, is it doesn't mean you have to present or look like any particular way at all. So, yeah. I don't know any, you know, UK slang that would be like gender neutral, because I just don't use UK slang. I don't know if there is something. The burb sire. Is sire mask? I think it is, but not sure. Don't really know. Royalty certainly is. Yeah, I'm not sure if sire is androgynous or not. Burb royalty goes harder. Right, yeah. I don't know if I really identify with like being called a queen or a king. I would probably prefer king as opposed to queen, but neither really feel comfortable for me, because again, I more so feel like I'm outside of that. And every person is different. There are so many people that are non-binary that use all kinds of pronouns or present all kinds of ways. That's, again, the great thing about it, is there's a lot of diversity in the community. So don't assume that every non-binary person is like me, that uses they, them only. There are plenty of non-binary people that use, for instance, he, they, she, they, he, she, they, and all kinds of stuff. But yeah. Oh! Thank you so much for subscribing! Howdy! We're just having a little gender talk right now. But hey, welcome in, Wilt! I had to remember for a second. This is Wilt, right? But yeah, welcome in. Let me write your name down real quick, and then we'll continue this conversation. And I feel that these conversations are important, you know. I do like to take time to talk about them. I'll just write down Wilt, if you don't mind. That is what I called you for a long time. I can't remember if there was another name you wanted me to call you, Wilt. Is Wilt still fine? Here's your little star. That's backwards, but, you know, it says it. It does. Put that in there. But yeah, thank you so much for resubscribing for, my goodness, 6 months, half a year. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. You have access to all of our sound effects and our emotes and stuff like that. Once again, welcome in. We're playing some Ace Attorney, but like I said, we were just having a little conversation about gender identity and stuff like that. So let me continue that. Oh my god. Why would you poot now? You just couldn't hold it, could you? Oh my gosh. Okay, let me catch up with y'all. But yeah, sire, let's look into that real quick. So, is sire masculine? I think it is. Yeah, it is masculine. And that's the thing too, like, sometimes masculine terms are used in an androgynous way, but again, like, masculinity shouldn't be the default for androgyny. Didn't know you were that non-binary, yeah. Didn't mean to come across as homophobic. It wouldn't be homophobic, actually, because it doesn't have anything to do with my orientation, but I get what you're saying. And, you know, I'm not upset. I'm just taking this chance to kind of spread knowledge, and I hope you're receptive to that kind of thing. I think that learning moments are a great thing to have on stream, and I always try to do them if they come up, you know? But, you know, I'm not the only LGBT person here. There's plenty of other members of the LGBT community that are in chat at the moment, and that lurk and watch, you know, so it's important to correct these kinds of things as well, not just for myself and my comfort, but also to, you know, show that this is a safe place for all kinds of people, including those that are in the LGBT community, you know, that kind of thing. So, yeah, I don't necessarily feel like incredibly angry when someone uses the wrong terms for me. I know that I tend to present more feminine, so I get it. So never feel like I'm going to be really, really angry or anything. And honestly, a lot of people who are transgender or non-binary don't react with anger, just more so like discomfort. So just know that, you know, it's okay to make a mistake, but at the same time, I do want to correct it because it's not the right word to use for me, you know? Fun learning experience. Bishi's the first person I know to use different pronouns with. And yeah, I think that it's important for people like myself who are non-binary or who are in the LGBT community to have platforms to do that with, to show people that there are other kinds of people out there and other kinds of lived experiences to have in this world, you know? And let me go ahead and switch over here actually, because we're taking a moment to talk, so I'd also like to have chat here on the screen. While we do that, let me switch over there. That's good. Okay. Anyway, we'll get back to the game in a second. But yeah, I guess the only thing is, if I'm the only person that some of you know who is non-binary, I never want to be the only example and then the default that you go to when you think of someone who's non-binary. Like I said, there's so much diversity within just the non-binary community, of how people present, what pronouns they use, all that kind of stuff. So my experience is just one kind of experience, and definitely if you're not super familiar with what it is to be non-binary or proper terminology to use, I would certainly recommend, you know, researching that a little bit and getting some education for yourself, because I'm not an educator, I'm not a professional, I don't have like a degree in this kind of thing, right? All I can speak to is my own experience, which again is unique to me. And there's definitely lots of great resources out there for you to teach yourself, really, and learn more, in case you do meet other people in the future, and also just to learn something, you know? How about monarch? Monarch. Is monarch gendered? I don't remember. Queeg? Are you combining king and queen? I don't like it. Your Majesty! Oh, I love that. Your Majesty, Bishi. Yeah, monarch is feminine, isn't it? Lord, and then lord is masculine. You see, so much vernacular, so much vocabulary is gendered in our society, so it is kind of hard sometimes to think of words that aren't. So again, like, I get it, but it's still important to correct those kinds of things. Your birdness, your grace. Your grace is good. Your Majesty. I like your Majesty, your grace, your radiance. It is okay to say that you don't know something. That is certainly fine. But it's also important that if you don't know something, if you encounter something new, to do your best to learn about it, so that you can maybe talk about it in the future or understand it a little bit better, you know? Ba-da-ba-ba. Your Eminence. I took out the trash and have returned for genders. Great. Oh, great cosmic one. Yeah, and as long as you are understanding and open to new information, you know, because there's definitely a wrong way to go about that, but... Oh, hallowed ephemeral being. Flame's got the right idea here. He's coming up with all kinds of stuff. A lot has happened since I was last here. I'm now in a relationship with this, which is Pog, and yes, Wilt is still good. Okay, great. And great for you, Wilt. I'm happy for you. Glad to hear. Plus, they can change. I have a friend that went by they, them with one name for 2 years, and he recently changed to he, him. Yeah, and you know, just like sexual orientation can be a journey, gender identity can also be a journey. Sometimes someone might identify one way, and then a few years later find that that's just not fitting them. And that's okay. Even if it's late in your life, it's okay to make those kinds of changes and even to experiment with things like that, because otherwise you'll never know what is most comfortable and what who you really are, you know? Like, before I came out as non-binary, I was always worried, because I've always felt a particular way. Ever since I was young, really. This is not something new. I came out as non-binary publicly just a couple years ago, but for years prior to that, I've always felt kind of off about being referred to as a girl or a woman as I got older. And in fact, when people would refer to me as, you know, using masculine words or male pronouns, I remember there was this one moment where I was in the drive-thru and I ordered something, and then the person was like, okay, sir, come up to the first window, you know? So I don't know why they said sir. Maybe my voice sounded a particular way that made them think that, you know, there was a sir on the other end. But I've had like this moment of like euphoria hearing that. It made me excited. I was like, they used that for me? You know, like that was the first time anyone had ever referred to me as something other than, you know, she, her. And I don't identify as a trans man, but that's just an example that femininity and she, her don't really fit me. I more so feel, and this is just my experience, I more so feel outside of that and would rather just be referred to as they, them, as neither, you know? Because I don't know if like being referred to as he, him all the time really fits me either, you know? Again, that moment was a euphoric moment, but it wasn't because I wanted to necessarily be he, him all the time. They, them makes me the most comfortable and makes me feel the best when people use that. So that's why I go with they, them. If I'm dressing in a really masculine way, maybe in that moment I wouldn't mind if someone referred to me as he, him, and I'd be like, oh, you know, but it kind of depends. So for me, they, them is the best. It's just kind of in the middle. All of these surnames make me think of Dark Souls enemies. I was thinking of Dark Souls too, yeah. It took me some time to use proper pronouns. Growing up in a society where gendered ones takes some getting used to. All that matters is your understanding and try your best to use the right pronouns. Yeah, exactly. And another important thing as well is if you do mess up and use the wrong pronouns for somebody, don't make it about yourself, you know? Just focus on the fact that, oh, I made a mistake, but it's okay. I'll do my best to improve in the future and use the right pronouns, you know what I mean? Sometimes people will kind of use that as a moment to self-deprecate and be like, oh, I'm so terrible, oh my god, I can't believe I did this. And that kind of puts pressure onto the person who's been misgendered to apologize and to feel bad for correcting someone. So that's why it's a bad thing. You're kind of turning the situation around on the person who was the one that was misgendered in the first place. So keep that in mind as well. If you make a mistake, just apologize and move on, or just use the right pronouns the next time. You know, it doesn't have to be a huge deal. A lot of people try to make it feel like it's a huge deal when, I mean, at least for me, like, it's fine. It's just like, that's not the right word. So I tell you to use the right word, you know? Have a hard time learning things about genders. I'm taking it in, appreciate the wisdom. I can understand that, but again, you know, as long as you're trying your best to learn about things and doing your best to be respectful and stuff like that, then that's what's important, so. What are your questions if someone were to say bro to you? Like, bro, have you seen this really cool thing? I mean, I don't really think much of it, I guess. I don't necessarily want to be referred to as bro. I don't feel like I give off a bro vibe anyway. I mean, I'm not gonna be like upset about it. I'll just be like, okay. I guess I would just think it's kind of weird if anything, but yeah, like I said, I don't really prefer masculine either. It's just like, if you presented me with a choice, feminine or masculine, I'd probably be like, well, I guess masculine, but I would really prefer something more neutral. But yeah, like, if you were to say, which there is a gender neutral word for this, but if you were to say ma'am or sir, I'd prefer you say sir. But really, it'd be better if you found something that's in the middle, you know? And that's just for me. Again, all non-binary people are different. Same here, you've dramatically increased my usage of they, them single-handedly. Great. I think that it should be used more commonly. If you don't know someone's gender, I think they, them is great. If you do know what their pronouns are and then choose to say they, them instead, that can be an issue. But like, if you just don't know or you want to be, you know, a just in case situation, it's okay to say they, them until proven otherwise. That's kind of my thinking on it. Like, if I go into someone's stream and I'm not really sure, I might use they, them just at first and look at chat, see what people are saying. If someone uses a gendered word, I'll pick up on that and I'll use that instead. You know what I mean? And I think that's the best thing to do in any situation, even in real life, you know? I tend to use bro, dude, girl, and hun with all genders, but if they don't sit right with my buddies, then I'll refrain from using those terms. And that's the thing too, like dude and bro, sometimes people like to say that they're gender neutral, but they are masculine. So if it does make someone feel dysphoric when you use them, which means, you know, it makes them have uncomfortable feelings in regards to their gender identity, then yeah, don't use them. Like for me, I don't like being referred to as like hun or girl or queen or a lot of feminine sounding words, so I do appreciate when people avoid those. I have anxiety and forget to correct people. One time when asked, I just said all of them. Oh, I see, because you just are too anxious to correct people. And I'm sorry, yeah, it can be very anxiety-inducing to correct people on something like that, especially in a like in-person situation, because you don't know how they're gonna react. So I understand that. You have to kind of pick your battles, I guess, and choose when to correct people. And that's the thing too, like we don't even correct people all the time. It's kind of like case-by-case basis. Is it safe to do this right now? Is it okay to do that? You know, which is why online spaces can be great, because people might not always know what your gender is. So if you say they, them, they're not going to really say anything to that, because they're like, or if you tell them whatever pronouns you prefer, they might not say anything to that, because it's like, well, you don't know. You know what I tell you, which is that, you know. Anyway. Monarch is neutral. Okay. I could not remember that. As a male, I haven't met anyone all genders or have an understanding of terms. And I get that, I get it. But again, like, just do your best to understand and be open to new information, you know? Try to remember in the future and respect your boundaries. I appreciate that, yeah. I did combine king and queen. I did not like it. Queeg sounds like a Dark Souls boss. It sounds close to Krieg, and I sent for Krieg so hard. Oh, from Borderlands. Would never do anything to piss off anyone. LGBTQ, support them and all people of the community. It is Borderlands you were talking about, right? All I know is Moxie. Oh yes, Miss Ma'am. Oh my gosh, one time when someone asked my name and I was still deciding if I would still dead name myself or use my new one, and I blanked to I don't know, they walked off. Oh my gosh, Lamb, I'm sorry. Oh. Telltale only did one Borderlands, but yes, made mostly by Gearbox. Yeah, I didn't associate Telltale with Borderlands, honestly. Mad Moxie, more like Mad Mummy. Oh my god. Mummy, sorry, Mummy. My god. She is indeed a mommy in every sense. Oh, she has kids! Okay, then yes, she's a mom. She's a mom for real. Oh yeah, there's a Mad Moxie. Let me look at this. There she is. I love Mad Moxie. I don't even play Borderlands, but I like her. She is the homie. Yeah, I guess homie's okay. Yeah, it would not be still in the chat if it was not safe to look at. Let's see. I am looking respectfully. Not even the Borderlands outfits of her are safe. I'm not a fan of the pre-sequels, but Moxie has one outfit that she wears in it that I love. Oh, mechanics clothes. They, them is good for me. They, them works. And we do have a command actually for it. If you do exclamation pronouns, those will remind you. So, you know, if new people pop in, they can use that command and they'll know right away what to use for me. Oh yeah, what's the outfit? Let's see. Moxie's outfit. It's loading. I see we're still being gender tonight. Yes, we are. But we will be switching back to Ace Attorney in a second. This is just the rest of the chat. By the way, what? Talking about Mad Moxie? Or gender? Or both? It's not loading! Please. Pinterest. Oh, there we go. Ooh. Oh, yeah. I think I've seen this outfit before. The mechanic outfit. I like it. I like it. Both is good. Gender and Mad Moxie. Okay. Speaking of what? Speaking of what? Speaking of what? Speaking of that. I've slain and I've slown. Slay! Don't worry, I've already slain and slowed. What? Anyway. Let's go back to Ace Attorney. Speaking of what? Wah! Speaking of wah! Alright. Wat! With a T! Okay? I know what you're thinking. Get your mind out of there. A new quote. Okay. Thanks for the talk. Yeah, no worries. I mean, as long as someone asks a question or asks for more information in a way that's respectful and coming from a place of understanding and open-mindedness, it's fine. I don't mind, I guess, educating people or, you know, talking about it. I think it can be pretty obvious when someone's coming at it at an offensive way. So again, as long as you're being respectful and forthright and understanding, you know, it's fine. And that also depends on the person. Not everybody is cool being asked at face value, like, what are your pronouns or what's your gender, you know? Again, that's why I always recommend, instead of just asking straight up, just kind of like hanging out and seeing what the vibes are, seeing, you know, what do people refer to them as and stuff like that, and just kind of picking up on that. And this is like across all situations, not just streaming. Sometimes you can't really do that, but you know, again, that's why I recommend using they, them when you don't know, because that's what they're for. They're gender neutral most of the time, and yeah. Some people take it very seriously. At the same time, I understand when people take it very seriously because it can be extremely dysphoric for people to use the wrong words for you. So I don't want to be compared in a negative way of like, oh, you know, you handle it better than this person. I just happen to not be too bothered when people do it and just correct and move on. But at the same time, everybody's different and everybody has a different boundary for that, you know, so. I would definitely recommend playing Borderlands 2 and 3, whether on stream or for fun, to everyone who hasn't played it before. Funny you say that. I do have Borderlands. I do have some of the Borderlands games, actually. Alfred sent off some games to me, and I just haven't gotten around to playing them yet. But they're here. I have them. I've considered streaming them. The schedule's full right now, but maybe at some point I'll just play them off stream just to experience them. And that might be the better way for me anyway. I don't know if Borderlands would be a successful stream game, you know? Just because I think the games can take a while to finish. But I think I would definitely enjoy them in general. Had to spread the word of the lands on the border, right? And I still appreciate that. I will definitely get around to playing them. I'll see you later, Lamb. See ya! I feel like I've tried to get into Borderlands so many times and it never sticks. Rip in pieces. Rip in pieces. Okay. My goodness. Let's see. When I first saw him, I really thought he had fainted. When I realized he was dead, that was when I formulated my plan. I'm going to start from the beginning just because we were stepping away from the game for a while. I want to get refreshed, so let me press on this again. You could tell from the state the room was in, there must have been a fight. Are you telling the truth when you say you did not know he was dead? Had a scarf tied around his neck, but that scarf is a part of the costume, so I didn't think anything about it was strange. His head was tilted down, so I couldn't see his face. That's why I thought I would wake him up and went to pour the juice. When I realized he was dead, that was when I formulated my plan. Okay. What is this plan you had? I knew right away the murderer was Matt. I knew because Juan was going to expose Matt's weakest weak point to the world. So Matt did this to stop Juan and silence him for good. That's when I thought I should forge some evidence and pin this crime on Matt. So the forged pieces of evidence were the knife and the button. And I knew that already. The first thing that came to mind was to plant the knife. Yeah, so she walks in, she sees him slumped over just with the scarf, and from that, you can tell she wouldn't have known he was dead from far away. Okay, so yeah, this is making sense now. Once I made sure there was no one in the hallway, I made a dash back to Matt's room. That was so you could get the knife, correct? The knife Matt used at dinner had his fingerprints all over it. I thought if I used that, then the police would certainly turn their eyes towards him. Matt was napping with his costume on at the time. I slipped in, took the knife, and returned to the scene of the crime. And then I stabbed Juan's dead body with the knife and ripped off the button. Okay. So you were the one to stab the victim with that knife. It gives me goosebumps to think about it now. What a horrible thing I did. But at the same time, I couldn't control my own body. It moved on its own. Then, when I stabbed Juan's dead body, I suddenly realized something. If I used the button somehow, I could make Matt look even more suspect. So you thought to rip one of the buttons off and then plant it in Mr. Ungard's Hakama. Yes, that's what I had planned to do. But things never go that smoothly, do they? Just when I finished and was returning to Matt's room, I had a bit of an inconvenience. What is that about? An inconvenience? There was a woman with a camera at the ready, loitering in the hallway. I'm willing to bet my spikes. It was I'm willing to bet my spikes. His hair spikes? Oh my god. There was also a woman with a ray gun at the ready, pacing back and forth. That's Miss Oldbag for you. I had already been caught and made into a big scoop for a certain weekly tabloid once, so I couldn't very well go out looking like myself and get caught again. And that's why I ended up using the Nickel Samurai costume. Okay. Phoenix is Sonic the Hedgehog confirmed. So I ended up using the Nickel Samurai. You were the one who prepared that costume, weren't you? Yes, I took it from Global Studios. I also put it into Juan's guitar case the day before the awards ceremony. You did this in preparation for the press conference, correct? Yes, Juan wanted to wear that costume and hold a press conference in it. He was going to disclose Matt's big secret there. And what is this secret? That I don't know. Anyway, changing the subject! I thought that if I were to leave Juan's room in the Nickel Samurai costume, people would think that Matt was the real murderer. I was very careful not to leave any fingerprints when I opened the guitar case. I absolutely did not want anyone to know about the costume. I think we've heard enough. So, after that, you went back to Mr. Ungard's room and planted the button? Into Matt's Hakama? Yes. After that, I folded up the costume I was wearing and put it into a bag. Then I snuck it out of the hotel and got rid of it. My word, what does all this mean? Mr. Edgeworth, is it? The real criminal is Matt Ungard. Yesterday, that woman prosecutor sat me down for a talk. Franziska, huh? She said that I should, under no circumstances, confess to what I had done. That if I just kept quiet, then Matt would be found guilty for sure. I had no choice but to believe in her words. What this witness has done is clearly unlawful. However, as long as her testimony stands, we can be certain she is not the real killer. Wait, Your Honor. The defense still... Right. It's pointless. At this point in time, it is not possible to indict Miss Andrews on anything. Yes, exactly. There isn't a single piece of evidence that points to her as the murderer. Maybe. The cross-examination of this witness is over, and so is today's trial. I hear a crying dog. Oh my god! Miss Poppy! What are you doing? She's crying. Come here. Oh my god. Oh,
It's Miss Poppy! Ow! She hasn't seen me for hours. For hours! Yeah, don't cry. It's okay. What are you doing? Miss Poppy! What's up? What's up? Come here. Poppy, come here. Come here.
She's just sitting there. Oh, she just lied down. Okay. Well, she's gonna hang out with us then. Let me scoot up and get comfy. Alright, Poppy's here. Poppy, interruption. Let me catch up with chat. Borderlands isn't necessarily about being accurate. You just get a big gun and shoot until things die. Don't usually like shooters, but I really enjoyed Borderlands. I feel like Borderlands is a good mix between story and shooter, right? Tales from Borderlands could be a good option. Walking Dead, oh yes. We've watched full playthroughs for The Walking Dead, but haven't played them ourselves. Honestly, plenty of games I wouldn't really play because they stress me out. MGS I feel like I'd never play because stealth I'm really bad at, so I just watch playthroughs and such. And that's valid too, you know? I've definitely done that with a lot of games where I'm like, I don't know if I'd ever actually want to play through this, but I would love to watch someone else suffer through it. Oh. I'm willing to bet my spikes. That was a great line. Let's see. That's Poppy. Wee woo, wee woo. Oh, you're heading out, Arkham? Alright, good night, Arkham. Thanks for hanging out with us, and hope you have sweet dreams, and we'll see you for some boyo tomorrow, yes. Give me a second. Yeah, there you go. Alright.
Are you sniffing the mic? Oh, she sniffed the mic and gave it a kiss! Poppy! Aw. You giving Chad a smooch?
That was sweet. Then she just lied back down. Oh, Kenny from Walking Dead. Right. I think I remember being frustrated with... It's been so long since we've watched the playthroughs for Walking Dead, I don't remember everything. But Clementine is 100% our favorite character from that series. And Lee. I remember Lee.
Poppy gave me a kiss?
Yeah. Are you leaving already, girly? You're abandoning me already? You see how she is? So fickle. Now she's trying to leave. Such a fickle creature. Okay. To Poppy, we are just little tasty beings living inside of your mic. Exactly. And when she couldn't eat the tasty beings, she left. She's silly. Welcome back, Lamb. Cried so much over that last scene. I know. Walking Dead made us cry so much. It was a great game. It's a great series. Alright. Couldn't establish that the witness was the culprit. Please let it go, Mr. Wright.
Just let it go. Oh my god.
But... Mr. Edgeworth, please place Miss Andrews under arrest for further questioning. Understood, Your Honor. The prosecution will arrange for her detention immediately. That is all. Court is adjourned for today. That's it? Ooh. He disappeared! Oh, Nick. What are we gonna do? Today's trial. It's over. And I didn't win an acquittal. Is this a game over? Witness, would you mind if I asked you something? Edgeworth? What is it? Before you leave court today, I wondered if I might look at one thing. Hold on, I'm gonna save in another slot here. Yeah, Udgy has left the building. Might look at one thing. The card in your hand. It's had my interest for quite some time now, right? Like, why is she messing with it? What exactly is it? Oh, this? Mr. Wright also asked about this. Though I didn't remember at the time you asked me about it, Mr. Wright. I remembered just now. I found this in the room on that day. The room? That day? Yes. I found this card when I discovered Juan's body. It was lying there right next to him. You found that card next to the victim's body? I suppose I must have unconsciously slipped it into my pocket. But it's not as if this card has any relevance to Juan's murder, right? Really? Really? Yeah, I guess not. But it's still a strange card if you ask me. As far as a clue to this case, I don't see why. Oh. Witness! That card! Give it to me! Hurry! Edgeworth? Do you have any idea what you have stupidly yet inadvertently done? This... I can't believe you hid this from me all this time. I didn't mean to. What is this all about? I've never seen Edgeworth so emotional before. That card. What in the world is it? And what does it mean? To be continued. Right now! Oh my goodness. So the court day is over. Oh, yeah, to be continued. The court day is over, but we'll have to see what that means for Maya, because I don't think we got a not guilty verdict, so did we fail, you know? I don't know. Oh boy. That's how the judge's inner monologue sounds of Valley Girl. Petition for stream where the judge only speaks like a Valley Girl. I wonder if I could make that like something you guys can redeem. Let's see. Like a Valley Girl voice. I do a pretty good Valley Girl, to be quite honest. Oh, something I keep forgetting to show y'all. I have a little lava lamp now. Look. Lava lamp. I've been meaning to show you guys. It has sparklies. It's not like an actual lava lamp where it will actually move around, but it's pretty cool. I haven't had a lava lamp since I was a child. So yeah. Never played The Walking Dead, but did watch 5 different YouTubers play it at the same time just to see all their reactions. Yep. I'm pretty sure that's what me and Ruuuvo did. Isn't this illegal to talk about it outside of court time? Maybe. But Ace Attorney doesn't care about that. Obviously. A calling card? Yeah, that's my thinking, that maybe it was left by the murderer, the real murderer. Kid you walked so other video game father figures could run? Slowpoke calling card. Oh yeah, it's like a slowpoke. Hope we get to a certain point. We still have at least another hour left, so we'll see. We're in Persona now. I don't know if I can wait another week. Oh, might leave y'all on a cliffhanger. We'll have to see how far we get. I thought it looked like a slow bro tail. Yeah, like a slow bro. There's too much drama and conflama, Your Honor. We need another day. Where's the lava? What? Your Honor, my client is simply built different. Your Honor, my client was in sicko mode? What? Okay, let's save. Jesus Christ. Y'all are feral. I love it. Okay, so I guess we're outside of the court now. I really thought the game was gonna end in that first court day. March 22, 5:24 p.m., Right and Co. Law Offices. Your Honor, she was just in a silly, goofy mood. Oh, Pearl! Okay, so the baby is back now. Mystic Maya! Mystic Maya! There, Pearls. I can't take it anymore. Wow! Oh, sorry, I thought this was start with P, okay? I'm sorry.
I can't take it anymore. Wah!
Look, it'll be all right. Everything may still work out. The condition was that we had to get a not guilty verdict. And so far, the kidnapper has kept his word and hasn't hurt Maya. And he won't, because Mr. On Guard hasn't been given a guilty sentence yet. Cheer up! We don't have time to stand around crying. We have to get going. She is a child, Phoenix. She's a baby.
You're right.
Mystic Maya is in much more pain than I am. Yes, that's right. So, hey, you guys. Glad I caught you, pal. Didn't know who it was for a second.
Mr. Scruffy Detective.
Oh boy. Looks like Detective Gumshoe has been dubbed Mr. Scruffy Detective in Pearls' book now. It's just plain old Mr. Dick Gumshoe now, and I came to talk to you, pal. Well, we're kind of busy right now.
Okay. Gummy is here in our office.
We can talk about the future. I guess we could present some stuff first, just to see what he says. That would be too short for a final case, Bishy. I don't know, I just thought that it was gonna be like this cool situation where the court day is just dragged out for the entirety of the game, you know? For the whole chapter, but I guess not. He would be crying. Phoenix just screams. Your Honor, my client fried this rice. Is the client a shrimp? Guilty. I forgot he was fired, now he has 0 money. Wasn't he fired? Must be gnarly under that bandage. Yeah, that bandage has been cooking for years. He's had that bandage on for years. Oh my god. Okay.
How about the cookie?
Yeah, it's been cooking. Yeah, ugh, cooking. I don't like that. I didn't think y'all would like it. It's been 3 days, but no one's left the courthouse. Yeah, they were just all living there. Look, it's my attorney's badge. Oh, it's a little tarnished, don't you think, pal? Don't worry, I'll make it all sparkly shiny again. I'm really touched. Oh. Oh. Let's see. Could you please take a look at this? I can't think of anything to say about this, pal. Why don't I make us some instant noodles instead? That's okay, really. He's probably gonna say that to everything. Oh, have you heard anything from the kidnapper? No, not yet. I'm sure once he hears what happened at the trial today, he'll call, pal. But remember, you can't provoke him when you get to talk to him. Just to see what he says. Whoops. I doubt he's gonna say anything to this stuff, but... So this nickel samurai was really Miss Andrews, huh? Yeah. This is either when she went to Mr. Unguard's room to get the knife, or when she was done with the foul deed, but I guess we'll never know. Who would have thought that this knife Mr. Unguard used to eat his dinner steak with? Go on. That it would be stabbed into the victim's body by Miss Andrews of all people. I guess she just hated the victim that much, huh, pal? The question isn't why she hated the victim to that extent, but rather why she tried to pin the murder on Mr. Unguard.
I wonder if she really hates Mr. Unguard.
That's what she said. That was kinda sweet. Yeah. Tarnished? Elden Ring intensifies. Oh boy. I think that's it for what he's gonna say. Unless we show him like profiles or something, but it's fine. Anyway, let's talk to him. Oh my god, the nickel samurai in that photo reminds me of the me walking to my parents' room to tell them I threw up meme. Mom! I throwed up! Okay, the future. So, what are you going to do from now on? What do you mean, pal? Well, you've been fired, right? So, do you have a new job lined up yet? Oh, that! What am I supposed to do now, pal? I don't have anything coming in at all until my next payday. What are you talking about? You don't have another payday. He didn't know? I guess that means I'm just gonna have to work here at your place, pal. Gumshoe! Say what? You'll be searching for things that will prove Mr. Ungar's innocence all day, right? Well, yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna help you, pal. I've got lots of experience in investigating and watching over people's places. And I'm great at making really simple meals, pal. I'll take care of it all.
Come on, Mr. Nick. Let's let Mr. Scruffy Detective take care of things.
Okay. By the way, what's your best dish?
Instant noodles, pal.
Why am I surrounded by people who only eat cheap, unhealthy foods? It's your destiny. Just pay him in food, Nick, right? Right? Yes, please, sleep over! Sleep over! Sleep over! Gumshoe!
That was the first time I've ever seen Mr. Edgeworth act like that. Never thought he'd say something like he didn't care if Miss Andrews killed herself.
He said that? That's horrible.
But because of him doing that, we got the truth finally.
The truth. Miss Andrews' last testimony. I wonder if that was the truth. I'll give you that there was nothing strange in her testimony itself, but I still think there's something fundamentally wrong with the whole thing.
You mean about that thing, pal?
Why would she want to? No, I mean, almost need to frame Mr. Ungard. I couldn't figure that out from anything she said all day.
Then you're saying that testimony was a lie?
Not a lie per se. It just feels like there's more here than meets the eye. Or that's what Edgeworth would like us to believe.
That's such a dirty trick. Even that woman prosecutor was better than that.
Franziska von Karma. I mean, Edgeworth helped us out a few times. Speaking of Miss von Karma, do you have any more information on her condition? Oh yeah, she was shot! I kind of forgot about that. Wasn't she shot this morning? Oops, I forgot. Pay him in Maruchan. Honestly, Maruchan sounds good. Phoenix, you never been to college, have you? All you eat is Maruchan. It's a requirement. Pick the cheapest sounding brand I could think of. She's fine. She just got shot in the shoulder. Whatever. Just a cup of cheap ramen noodles, throw in some frozen veggies, then when it's almost done, crack an egg. Chef's kiss. Oh yeah, you can definitely improve a simple ramen cup into something greater. You can also make the egg ahead of time, and you can marinate it in like a soy sauce mixture and make like a marinated soft-boiled egg too. That's so good. You can even toss some like deli ham in there, and then it's like you have a little, you know, protein in your ramen. Didn't think about that. Oh yeah, the marinated eggs are really good. And soft-boiled eggs especially. Yeah, you throw an egg, veggies, green onion, extra spices, ham. My mouth is watering. I know, I'm getting hungry too. I haven't had Maruchan in so long. Need some. The store at my uni sells some good ones. Ooh. They know. They know their target audience. Making me hunger, yeah. We're all getting hungry now. Hey, Franziska.
Miss Von Karma was shot today on the way to the trial by a pistol, pal.
But she's gonna be fine, right? I mean, Edgeworth said she was in stable condition, but...
Well, she was shot in the shoulder, so she's okay and still hanging in there. They should be done taking the bullet out, so she's probably resting at the hospital.
Which one?
What? Are you gonna go visit her, pal?
No. Well, I was kind of thinking about it.
Hey, you've actually got a heart, don't you? She looked like she was being tortured to death not being able to go to the trial today, so maybe it'd be good for her if you went and let her whip you for a bit, pal.
Let's go let her whip us, Mr. Nick!
Now I'm definitely not going.
Let's see. The name of the hospital... Oh yeah, the Hottie Clinic.
No, not that one! I hope he's not there. That name sends a chill down my spine. Well, I guess it can't hurt to stop by and say hi. I really hope that guy's not there. Please don't do this to me. Can I present anything to him? Oh!
She was Miss Adrian Andrews' mentor.
Because of the suicide of the mentor she depended on, Adrian Andrews tried to follow her in an attempted suicide. Now the question is, who is Miss Andrews' life? Oh, that scared me! Oh, Tahati. Oh, you scared me. The question is, who is Miss Andrews relying on now? Oh, God. so sudden. I thought someone was yelling that behind me. Oh, a little bit, but it wasn't great. Let's see. So we can go to the hotel lobby, criminal affairs department, or the clinic. I guess the next step is supposed to be the clinic, so we can do that. Please don't be there, creepy man. Not again, not again. It definitely can hurt to stop by. It definitely can, in several ways. Okay, the clinic. March 22, Hottie Clinic reception. Never thought I'd ever come back to this place. Oh, God. Can we just erase this guy from the files? Like, I hate him. Yeah, so yeah.
This guy stinks!
He stinks, he stinks. I know he smells. I know he does! Man, please not this. I hate this guy. Yes, are you here to visit a patient? I don't remember the voice I gave him. Hi. Wait a second, you're... Yes, I'm Director Hottie. Why are you still here? Yes, what is it? Can we skip this? Unfortunately not. What is it? Can I help you? You can tell me. Yes. Director Hottie! Oh. Edgeworth. Yes, I'm Director Hottie. Oh, you're the man from this morning. Yes, what is it? Director, Franziska. How is Franziska von Karma? Like, is he an actual doctor? You don't need to worry. Yes, she's in good hands. As you see, I'm personally taking good care of her. Yes. You see how creepy he is? I hate him. Yes, and that thing, surgery, went well. You have my gratitude. Oh. It looks like Edgeworth doesn't know about this director and his secret. Yeah, can we just tell him, like, this is not the doctor? She looked so pitiful, absolutely terrified, yes. But I understand. Oh, it was a gun after all, huh? When I snuck up on her real secret-like, she would scream really loud, yes. What the fuck? I see. But she's really cute too. When I'd do that, she'd whip me with her whip. Boy, did I cry like a baby. Yes, I think I could get used to it. Can we just kill him? I'm not joking. Can we just kill him? Y'all won't tell, right? Please. I hope that killed him. I hope he got a heart attack and died. Go back to your room. You're so mean, my frisky Friska. But that's good. Okay, I'm... Time for my IV drops, yes. Yeah, he's not a doctor, he's a patient. Just pretends to be a doctor. He's creepy. And what are those tulips doing in your hands, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Ah, I knew I shouldn't have come here. Oh boy! What does she want to talk about? Okay, a couple things. Let's try presenting stuff first. Oh, I wish he was dead instead. Hated that. Wait, what? He's a patient? Yeah, he's not actually a doctor. I'm pretty sure he's just a patient and he goes around pretending to be a doctor and he's a creep. I forget his backstory, but I think he like escaped a prison or something and now he's a patient at the hospital? I don't know. I didn't care to remember because I don't like him. Okay, cookie! Ah! I guess that's all I get. She's just like, shut up. I'm gonna get Phoenix whipped so much today. We gotta try them all. Sorry, Nick. Oh my god. Francisca, have mercy, say something! Oh my god. That was good timing. Oh my god. Okay, that's what I thought. But we gotta check the profiles, right? I mean, he's gotta get used to it at some point, right? I like pain now! Oh my god. Oh. Okay, anyway. That was fun. Why haven't they committed? I don't know. Yeah, nobody likes him. Does the love meter work between characters? I want to see how compatible he is with the whip. He has no skin now! Oh my god. Yeah, it's gonna only be the user that uses the command and whatever you put in the input. Yeah, because that's just like the formula that it has to work with is user plus whatever you say, so. Gonna use those flash game love meters for that one. Yeah, there you go. I could maybe try to make a character-to-character love meter. It would just be different from the Moobot one and would probably change every time you use it. I could definitely make that though. Hey Anna, welcome. Hi Bishi, we're getting whipped. Okay, if we must. Indeed, indeed. Hope you're having a good night, Anna. Can I get a shout out for Anna, please? Anna is a wonderful streamer. Plays lots of different kinds of games, playing through Elden Ring on the Stumped channel right now, but also plays lots of games on their own channel on Twitch. Including the Elden Rings. Of course. Oh boy. Okay, let's talk about this. I was shot in front of the courthouse in my right shoulder. But it's no big deal. This sort of thing happens all the time. I even had full intentions of running the trial this morning. Damn! A badass queen.
But that would have been too much for you.
There's no need to act tough in front of us, you know. Regardless, I was dragged here by that man over there. He was so unyielding, one has to wonder if he was simply interested in stealing my case. Ah. It was the only logical course of action, given the bullet was still lodged in your shoulder. But by taking over the case, I found myself having to clean up after you and that irresponsible deal you made. I think I know what deal he's referring to. Yeah, the plead the fifth thing. Miss Von Karma, you made a deal with Miss Andrews yesterday, didn't you? I don't know what you mean. In order to make sure you got your guilty verdict on Mr. On Guard, you told Miss Andrews to not testify in court today. I don't know what you're talking about. Do you have proof that I made such a deal? You're denying it? It looks like you were lucky, Mr. Phoenix Wright. If I had been in court today, this trial would already be over. All while hiding Miss Andrews' own crime? That isn't my problem. Whether she had tampered with the evidence or not, I have only one objective, to find On Guard guilty of murder. The end justifies the means, Mr. Phoenix Wright. The end justifies the means. She said it twice. Miss Von Karma. Adrian Andrews believed you when you said, if you don't tell the truth of what really happened, then On Guard will be found guilty. And what does that have to do with me? Because of that, she's now in danger of being found guilty herself. All because she believed in your words until the very end. That still has nothing to do with me. She's just a weak person, that's all. Wow. But you had to know she was... Ow! I think visiting hours here are about over. So if you'll excuse me. Also cold-blooded.
What's wrong? Why did she suddenly cut you off?
Probably because she thinks I had the advantage in that argument. Edgeworth.
Edgeworth! My love!
Says Nick. Let's see what he says to some of our evidence.
Cookie!
I've I've been put in charge of this case, so I can't give you any help with regards to clues or evidence. You sure are hard-nosed, totally different from Detective Gumshoe. And that is why he was fired. He's got a point.
You got a point there.
Okay, so we won't present anything. How old is the ring anyway? Elden, apparently. Ugh, what a queen. Okay, today's trial. What happened today at the trial, Edgeworth? That was not like you at all. I mean, I know you knew about Miss Andrews' condition. You could have made her testify as many times as you wanted, but to go that far... but she wouldn't testify about that until I said something. Listen, Wright, the courtroom is a garden of judgment. I am putting myself on the line when I stand in there. And that's why I made the witness do the same. It's only natural. Adrian's card! By the way, Edgeworth, you were really angry in court today. That's rare for you.
Yeah, look at him. He's pissed. His eyeballs are popping out of his head.
Witness, that card. Give it to me. Hurry! Do you have any idea what you have stupidly yet inadvertently done? This. I can't believe you hid this from me all this time.
Yeah, what's that about?
That card. What in the world is it? You mean this? Listen, Wright. This is top secret information. You absolutely cannot leak this. The Special Investigations Team has existed for a number of years, but few know of it. I understand. Their task is to find the owner of this card. A man called Shelly the Killer. That would explain the shell. The killer killed? You don't say. So that's probably his calling card. Shelly. At the scene of the crime. He's the killer. Yeah. Call me Shelly. Shelly D's nuts! That's what he should change his name to. A man called Shelly the Killer. And just as his name states, he is a killer. An assassin. The best at that. An assassin? Picture card added to the court record. Was placed next to the victim at the time of the murder. Miss Andrews was carrying it. Oh, woof! I just spilled a bunch of soda on my desk and carpet. Oh, I am so sorry. Are your electronics okay? Just try to absorb them up real quick with something. Oh my god. Was it the shock? The shock at learning that the killer's first name was Shelly? Oh no. Assassin. Ass in. So, who is this Shelly the Killer? The Killer is the name of a long-standing line of assassins. Oh, okay, so it's not just one person?
Long-standing?
The name first appeared about 100 years ago, I hear. Not very creative, is it? Shelly is the professional name of the third heir to the Killer name. So because his professional name is Shelly, he leaves cards with a shell on them? He has a habit of making sure to leave a card by the body of his victims.
Why would he do something like that?
We think it's a part of his duty to his clients. His duty? If he leaves a card, then his clients can be assured it was he who killed the victim. It also serves as insurance against any charges being pushed onto his clients. I see where this is going. Okay, so what probably has happened... Oh, sorry. I need a sip of water. Okay, here's what probably happened. The killer kills Juan at the request of On Guard. And then he leaves the card so that On Guard is not found guilty. Andrews kind of messes up the whole thing because she sees that Juan has been killed, jumps to conclusions and thinks that Matt has done this himself, which my theory right now is that he did ask about him being killed. He hired an assassin, and then plants the evidence to lead it to On Guard, takes the cards that nobody has any clue that it could have been Shelly, and then the killer formulates this plan by kidnapping Maya and forcing a lawyer to represent On Guard and get him acquitted, because his service is that On Guard would not be guilty. So that would mean that On Guard is still a terrible person, if this is the case. But it would also explain a lot of things, like why On Guard, upon hearing the situation a little bit, I remember Phoenix let slip something, and then On Guard was like, wait, who told you to represent me? Oh, okay, I'll let it happen then. Because he knows that the killer has On Guard's best interest in mind, so. Okay. That kind of explains it. The killer strikes again. Making wolves spill their soda. Electronics are okay, but my carpet's probably gonna smell now. Oh, I'm sorry, Wolf. They're the Amon clan. Yeah, different clan. Similar. The card is the signature of a serial subscription ender. Alright, it serves as insurance against charges being pushed onto the client. I see. That being said, couldn't someone plant a shell card at the scene of a crime to, like, look like it was just this, like, super advanced group of assassins and so they don't think it's them? You know? I think even if the card was there, it would have made things more confusing, but the evidence against On Guard is still there, so he still would have had to parse through that. The killer values the trust between his clients and himself above all else. It seems that this is one honorable assassin with a moral conscience. I guess that even honorable assassins can exist. So that seems like pretty important information that I am gonna put into my notebook. My handy dandy gay notebook. So, Shelly, the killer, shell card at murder, leaves cards. Yeah. Okay. Got it. Surely the killer. Surely Shelly must be the killer. So, you think this assassin, you think he's the one who did the killing in this case? It would appear that way. The discovery of the card basically confirms it, wouldn't you agree? Shelly the killer, huh? Maya's situation. I noticed something at the trial today. You were behaving in a very strange manner. Is something the matter? He cares about how Phoenix is doing. Guess I should just tell him. Maya, she's been kidnapped. Kidnapped? What does the kidnapper want? An acquittal. I see. I had no idea. I will prepare a rescue team as soon as possible and resolve this by tomorrow. What?
Really? Did you hear that, Mr. Nick? Mr. Edgeworth is going to...
Stop trying to console me, Edgeworth. I don't need your pity.
Mr. Nick?
There's no way you can find her. We don't even have a single lead to go on. There's only one way to save her. I have to get an acquittal somehow. It's the only way. Right. Listen, you need to know something. Juan Carita was killed by Shelly the killer, and the client who ordered the job is Matt On Guard, your own client. That's what I was thinking. Please stop. I can't listen to you. I can't believe that. I see. Well, if you want to continue your investigation, you'll need this.
What is it?
The hotel right now is restricted to police personnel only, as we are looking for any clues that might lead us to Shelly the killer. But if you take this with you to the hotel, I'm sure they'll let you enter. Letter of introduction added to the court record. Received from Edgeworth allows bearer to freely investigate the crime scene. In any case, I must attend to the preparations for Maya's rescue team. We'll meet again if anything should happen. Now if you'll excuse me. Okay, he's gonna try to help her.
Mr. Nick? Do you think Mr. On Guard hired an assassin?
No way. I mean, he doesn't have a psych lock.
Yeah, I guess not.
Maya. Please, all I ask is you make it home safe and sound.
Maya!
Oh. Date, time, location, unknown.
I guess even kidnappers can be a little clumsy.
Oh, right, we left off with this.
Clumsy enough to drop a card like this for me. And even though he said he was an assassin, I bet he's just making that up, like how Nick does with everything in court.
Wow! Maya! Most savage of them all.
Nick just makes everything up.
She's in a survival situation and she's still dragging him through the mud. She's not wrong. Oh my goodness. I'm now renaming Daigo's secret diary to Daigo's secret gay diary. Yeah, my notebook is gay because it has a rainbow on the front. It says, let your true colors shine. It's my latest handy dandy notebook for streams. It's Phoenix's job to BS his way through everything. True. It's likely, but maybe On Guard is just super dumb. Yeah, I don't know. He doesn't seem like the type to hire an assassin, but who's to say? We'll just have to find out.
Anyway, let's try out the card trick with this card I just found. Click. Sounds like I got the door open. Okay, time to go take a look around.
I guess let's examine one more time.
What's this? Feels like there's a lot of glass bottles here.
And these, they feel like barrels. So this is the same thing. Let's just go. Let's just go. Date, time, location, unknown. Oh. I don't know if she's still in the hotel.
What is this place? I've got a feeling I'm not in the hotel anymore. I don't think we're in Kansas anymore. Are those videos over there? Well, I'll worry about that later. For now, I should be looking for clues. That way I can show them to Sis and maybe get out of here.
Oh, I guess so.
We're playing as Maya for real!
There's a little teddy bear.
That's weird. What's a figurine doing on a sofa in a place like this?
Wait. Is that from Juan's room?
I think it's a bear. How cute. But it's got a lot of cuts and slits on it. Oh. I wonder if it's some kind of puzzle or something.
Yeah, Juan's room is full of bear stuff, so I immediately thought of him.
It's so dark in here I can barely see, but these kind of feel like videotapes. All of them. Just what kind of room is this? Oh hey, it's a computer. I've never really used one before. I have no idea where the power switch on this thing is. Drat. There goes my plan to use this somehow to get out of here.
Okay. So a whole ass satellite dish, how about that?
What is this thing? An antenna, I guess?
Maybe for the walkie-talkies?
And this is a VCR? There sure are a lot of electronic gadgets here. But what is an antenna doing here? Wow, I've never seen a TV this big before. Now, where's the power button? Phooey, it's busted. I would so die a happy samurai fan if I ever got to see the Nickel Samurai on a TV like this. Girl! I can't believe I just made a joke about dying, all things considered.
Oh, Maya.
There's a framed picture sitting on this coffee table.
Kinda looks like Celeste. You get Celeste.
It's a picture of a woman. She's kinda pretty. Hey, looks like something's written here. Let's see. I think it says, with love, Celeste.
Yep.
I bet this could be a clue.
So the murderer had a relationship with Celeste, perhaps? So, with that in mind, the killer might not have been hired for this job. Maybe the killer has something personal that made him do that if he knew Celeste. Okay, so that's spinning my theory around now. So On Guard could still be innocent.
Ugh, locked, of course.
What about the doggy door, Maya? What about the doggy door? Just go through it.
Doesn't look like I can use the car to open this door. There's a little hole at the bottom of the door. If only I was a little skinnier, then maybe I'd be able to crawl through there.
So it's too small for her. Oh, this simply will not do. I cannot have you wandering around at will.
Yeah!
Oh, God. It seems that your Mr. Right is truly concerned about you.
He is?
For now, I would suggest you remain cooperative. If you cannot, there are ways in which I can help you.
Ways? You mean?
Dead men tell no tales is how the saying goes, correct?
Dead?
Duel! Sorry. I'm almost certain I told you on our first meeting. I am an assassin.
No way! You're lying! I mean, an assassin?
People are not always who they appear to be.
Nick!
Oh, Maya! I hate this. March 22nd, 7:04 p.m. Hottie Clinic reception. Mr. Nick? Hmm? Oh yes, Pearls. Got caught up in my thoughts about Maya's situation.
Mr. Edgeworth has left, you know.
I guess for now I have no choice but to believe in Mr. On Guard. But I think I should listen to his story one more time. Alright, let's get going too.
Okay.
Anything to look at? This patient is undergoing rehab.
Wasn't that patient standing in the same spot the last time you came to visit? Doesn't look like they've moved any closer to the reception desk, huh? Is this clinic really doing anything? Is that patient really getting better?
Hey, don't just cut into my monologue like that. I'm explaining things here.
Ah, sorry. Yes, most sorry. Yes,
God, I don't want to see him more. This must be the waiting area. It's got the feeling of one and there are sofas lined up. But I don't see all that many patients. Oh my God. Yeah.
This guy stinks!
yes, visiting hours are over, that's why. Time for nightly consultations to begin. Mine, that is.
Just put him in jail. Isn't there anyone keeping an eye on this guy? I know, right? Like, why is he just wandering around? Ugh. This is the clinic's reception desk, but doesn't look like there's anyone at the counter. On the wall is this month's word to the wise. Put your best foot forward. Putting this up at a general clinic like this doesn't really, what? Putting this up at a general clinic like this doesn't really mean much, does it? Car door, hook hand! Car door, hook hand! Typo. Oh, okay, I think that's it. God. I just want to see all the flavor text, okay? I don't want to see the weird, creepy guy. I wonder where that doorway down there leads to. Oh, brother! Oh, that's the x-ray room, yes. How did you know what I was thinking?
Yes, well, it's because that's the x-ray room.
There's something very peculiar about this guy, because I know it's not me. Why does he break the fourth wall? I don't like it! Okay, we're leaving. Oh. He's such a creep. All Maya thinks about is samurai eat burger and lie. Listen to that smooth jazz. Hey, Steven, welcome. You know, the funny thing is that guy's not even a doctor. He's a patient that pretends to be a doctor. We should just kill him. Gonna need Hottie to leave and never come back. I mean, the weird thing is, like, he says his name is Hottie, but I don't think it actually is his name. I don't remember all the details from when he was introduced, but basically he's a weirdo. He's a freak. He's a weirdo. We are the law. Let's kill him. Yes, please. Also, welcome, Steven. I would like y'all to know I'm working on cosplay, and this step in the directions just said to edge stitch this seam line. Edgeworth, edge stitch. Kill him and get Phoenix to defend you. Perfect. I'm definitely not going to jail. Alright, I don't think there's anything else to talk about. I have this. Doesn't have anything to say. Okay. Let's go to the detention center first. Edgeworth, but with a Stitch voice? Y'all are lucky I can't do Stitch. March 22nd, detention center visitors room. I'm sorry, but visiting hours are over for today.
Aw.
Ugh, I have too many questions I need to ask. I'm sorry, but I'm Phoenix Wright, a lawyer for one of the... You're Mr. Wright, you say? Oh yeah, there's a message here for you. A message? It's from Matt on guard. Here you are.
What did he write? Is it something really important?
I don't know. Well, let's see what it has to say. To Mr. Lawyer Dude, I've got something really important to tell you. Why do I feel uneasy all of a sudden? Oh, Mr. Wright. So actually, I have a favor to ask of you. I have this cat named Shu. I didn't put out a lot of food when I left the house, so he's probably pretty hungry. You named your cat Shu? You think you could drop by my house and feed Shu for me, dude? My house is just a little ways down from the hotel, alright?
This is terrible. Let's hurry. We have to feed his cat. I'm sure poor Shu's stomach is growling by now.
Yeah, I guess. Matt's note jammed into a pocket. Yeah, he was just like, God damn. Please feed my cat Shu. My house is just a little ways down from the hotel. Client's request is a request. Guess I should go check up on his cat. Oh my god. Okay, let's go do that next then. Hotel first? Maybe we gotta go to the hotel first? We'll see. A Shiba named Missile, and now a cat named Shu.
Shu!
Matt, babe. I got a mutual named Shu! Don't we all? No, I'm just kidding. Oh yeah, I think chat can help you out, Rainwa. Oh my god. Are they a cat? Yeah, it's a... Oh yeah, is your mutual a cat? March 22nd, Gatewater Hotel.
Alright now, Mr. Nick, let's go look for clues. We have to for Mystic Maya's sake.
You shall not pass!
Yeah. Miss Oldbag.
Don't devalue my name and turn it into a gasp, you spiky-headed pettifogger! The hell is that? Because of you, I've been made to look like the bad guy again. Although I did get a piece of gum from Edgy Boy, just as he promised, but that was something much more valuable. I wanted Edgy Boo's heart. I want it all for me. It's all your fault. You've awakened the wild beast inside of this old bag. Arr. She pass out?
Huh, Miss Oldbag.
Keep your hands off of me. This helmet is airtight. No air gets in and no air gets out.
Then why do you keep putting it on?
Don't think you can get me to move with silly questions. Is it just a fishbowl?
Is it a fishbowl?
You're going to have to defeat me if you want to get by.
Sound like she was shutting down. Oh, yeah. I am not hearing this. Well, I actually came here... Oh, living room? Okay, I guess let's talk to her first, and then when we're done, we can go feed the cat, right? Wendy Oldbag said, put some respect on my name.
Get in line, Windbag. Get in line.
I feel bad for the fish that lived in the bowl. Okay, night of the murder. You would rather talk to Oldbag than see a cute kitty? Look, I'm just going in order of events. We're here, Windbag is here, let's talk to her, and then we'll go see the kitty. I don't want to forget what I need to do. Okay?
Ha! You're a million light years too early to be asking me questions, whippersnapper.
Looks like the only way I'm going to get any investigating done is to first do something about this kooky alien. Yeah, our mainly not used, blah, blah, blah. So, she's just not gonna say anything. So we gotta do something first. Oh, well, I can present, yeah, I can present this. Okay, in that case, we'll just come back and talk to her later, if that's the case. I thought it'd be easy to talk to her. Let's go see the cat. March 22nd, Unguard Mansion. Mansion? Living room. Sure is dark.
I'll go turn on a light.
Oh my god. There's a motorcycle suspended from the ceiling? Wow. So this is what a star's house looks like. Must be nice to be rich. Yeah, all rich people houses look ridiculous. They have so much money, they don't know what to do with it.
Come on, Mr. Nick, let's find Shoo the kitty cat.
Shoo!
Meow! Aww, look at the baby!
So I guess this is Shoo. It looks like a kitten.
Aw, what a lovely cat. Hello, Shoo. Meow.
The cat seems to like pearls.
Pardon me.
Oh! Why is he here? Does that mean Maya's here? I bet Maya is in this mansion. Maya! Maya! Oh, God. Nick and Pearls don't know, though. Yeah. They don't know that this is the person who took her.
Give me a squeak or something. Maya.
Oh, Lord. Well, this is weird. So is he actually his butler? Is he posing as the butler? And if On Guard has a butler, why would he ask his lawyer to feed his cat? I wonder if he is just going to be pretending here. Because he also pretended to be part of the hotel staff, right? And didn't Nick meet him at that point as a hotel worker? Okay. So many questions. May I help you with something, mister? Oh, we're lawyers. Actually, I am Mr. On Guard's lawyer. The master's... Then you must be Mr. Wright. Yes. It's a pleasure to meet your wonderful self. I am the family butler, John Doe. John Doe. Yeah, really? You don't say! Likely story. Nice to meet you. Yeah, that does no red flags, huh? No red flags. He's wearing glasses and the glass is red. Meow! Write that down, write that down! Might as well just say your name is Mr. Man. Oh boy. Shoot! Okay, we're gonna talk to him. My God. I wasn't expecting this. Catch up with chat. Let's see. Trying to find where I left off. Sorry, I stan old bag. That's valid. It's valid. You're not the only one. That is what it is, literally. It is a fishbowl. Okay. I thought maybe it was like built for what she's using it for, you know, like a helmet. It's just a fishbowl. That would explain a lot. That's a good cat right there, isn't it? Just a lovely face, good shape. Takes pets like no problem. I love that vine. Love the Butler's theme music. Very good, very jazzy. Or maybe it's The Killer's theme. Also, welcome in, Mega. Welcome. You got stitches on your face. You can't just say that to someone. It's rude. Maya, are you here, my baby? I will go and rescue you, daughter! Good questions. I think they are good questions, too. I want answers, though. Good old dramatic irony. The killer is a bad pun magnet. Love how Nick says we're lawyers, like Pearl is also a lawyer. That's true. This 8-year-old is also a lawyer. He's Taiichi Suzuki, right? Motorcycle looks like a hitman assassin opportunity, right? Just one wrong move, it's gonna fall. I watched and participated in a live dub of this and the first Ace Attorney game with voice actor Sean Chiplock. What roles has Sean had? I'm really bad at names, so I'm not immediately thinking of any roles, but had a whole cast and everything. That's super cool. Pearl passed the bar, yes. First 8-year-old in the world to do it. Matt on guard. You must know all sorts of things about Mr. On Guard, right? Honestly, sir, I don't believe my master is capable of such a foul deed as murder. And, anything else? No, not especially. It is not appropriate for a lowly servant to speak of the matter or his affairs. Speak of the master or his affairs. Now, typically butler-like, as it were. John Doe. Mr. Doe, how long have you served at this residence? Well, sir, I would have to say maybe about a year. And, anything else? No, not especially. It's not appropriate for a lowly servant to speak of himself and his affairs. Of himself this time, okay. You know, I would have thought Mr. On Guard the kind to have a maid over a butler. I think he might be pretending to be the butler here. That's a very cute cat you've got there. It is my duty to take care of him. Master rather fancies shoe. That's what I'm saying! Like, why did he ask Phoenix to go take care of the cat? And, anything else? No, not especially. It is not appropriate for a lowly servant to speak of the family cat. Well then, guess I don't need this piece of scrap paper anymore. Matt's note crumpled into a ball and thrown away. You fool! Well, I'm afraid I must take my leave of you now. Oh, we should probably get going ourselves. So young, and yet already so accomplished, a master of law. There's also a lot to be proud of in being a butler, in charge of the house at all. Thank you for your compliment, sir. People are not always who they appear to be.
You don't say.
Now, if you'll excuse me. Man.
You don't think that's a little suspicious? Just a little? You don't think so? No?
Fine. Sean Chiplock was Rivali in Breath of the Wild, Reen Schwarzer in Trails of Cold Steel, Yuki Mishima from Persona 5 and more. Awesome. So, Mr. Doe, do you like cheese? You like jams? Do you think if we pull the stitches we'll reveal this dude to be a lizard? A lizard? Extremely cryptic and extremely sus. Very, very sus. He's like, I'm not going to say anything. I won't answer any of your questions. Just your run-of-the-mill butler. It's totally normal.
Oh, there's a giant cooking hearth here.
Hearth? Hearth? That's actually a fireplace. Why are you mansplaining to an 8-year-old, Phoenix? Come on!
How are they different, Mr. Nick?
You know, I've never actually seen a hearth before, come to think of it.
Yeah, Nick. Maybe you don't know what it is.
You should come and visit Fay Manor then. I'll show you one when you do.
Actually, it's a fireplace. So quiet in here. Yeah, Nick. It's just funny. It's like it's like the same thing. They're different, but actually, it's a stepladder. Oh, don't even get us started. Don't even get us started, Mega. All butlers are creepy, don't you know? Don't you know? Haven't you played Clue? It's always the butler. Him and Maya have stepladder, ladder to base. Now Pearl and him have the fireplace and the hearth. Or hearth, however you say it. It's a very comfortable and spacious lounge set. I wonder if famous stars drop by and sit around and have a good time. In any case, I don't really belong here, do I? Ugh, what is with me and feeling inferior today? He's getting that, imposter syndrome. The Pearls is just like,
Huh? What's an impostor? A giant bicycle's flying through the air.
that bicycle, Pearls, is one where you don't have to pedal and it moves on its own.
Really? Wow.
But sorry to disappoint you, it can't fly.
Oh, that's too bad.
We gotta make it fly now. We gotta make her happy.
Ah, there are masks here.
Yeah, that one in the middle is the Steel Samurai. The ones next to that are the Pink Princess and the Evil Magistrate. They fought many battles against the backdrop of Neo-Old Tokyo.
Wow, you really know a lot about the Steel Samurai, Mr. Nick.
I don't know whether to laugh or cry that I know more about that show than a kid. Well, it's because of Maya. That's where Maya is!
There's a small door at the bottom of this bigger door, Mr. Nick.
I bet it's for Mr. Unguard's cat to use.
Oh, you mean Shu?
The door. It's locked tight. Wait. Okay. So, if Maya's being held here, and this is actually Unguard's mansion, then the room that we explored as Maya was actually Unguard's room? Unless the killer is actually his butler, and that's the butler's room. Because that's going to change my theory on what's going on very, very much, because there was the picture of Celeste in there, which could give motive for murdering Juan, right? So either that's going to be the photo with love from, or two, frickin' Unguard or the killer. Okay. Oh, the door, it's locked tight. Well, I guess that's to keep nosy people like me from entering it. I think we should be nosy! No! Maya! I'll get you out of there. I swear I'll get you out of there. That is so frustrating. Oh my god. She's literally right through that door. There's another door over there.
You shouldn't go wandering off over there, Mr. Nick.
Yes, Pearls. Now I know how Maya feels when I tell her to stop playing around. God damn it. I don't think we can go anywhere else, right? We just have to leave? Oh. Maya! She's right there! Oh my god. If only Maya could hear them. Yeah, she's being held in a room inside that room. She's basically being held in Unguard's wine cellar. And that, I guess, was like his entertainment room. Why is the pet door locked too? I don't think it is, but nobody can fit through there. Pearls could, but Maya wasn't able to use it to escape, unfortunately. You fools, it's obviously an elevator. Flying motorcycles. Phoenix is a closeted fan, just like Edgeworth. Oh yeah, Edgeworth is actually a fan. I think that's such a cute detail about him. Alright, letter of introduction. Maybe if I show her this letter I got from Edgeworth. Miss Oldbag, if you would look at...
What? You want me to look at this worthless piece of... edgy poo?
Ugh, is that her perfume, Pheromone d'Amour, I smell?
Let's see here. Would you please allow this unsophisticated young person to conduct his investigation? Yours truly, Miles Edgeworth.
Yours truly?
That man's good at flattery. Fine, but only because Edgy Poo said so, you understand?
Letter of introduction given to Miss Oldbag.
I just thought of something I have to do. Remember, no messing around. You do anything bad and I won't let you off the hook. Okay, so she's gone.
It looks like she has strong feelings for Mr. Edgeworth.
That may be, but you know nothing's going to come of it.
That's so mean, Mr. Nick. Feelings are meant to be told and shared.
Ow, did she punch him? Every time we talk about love, I always end up with a handprint on my face somehow. Did she slap him? Just a little 8-year-old? Like, what? So anyway, let's continue our investigation.
Okay.
Why are you suddenly back? Ah, what? What now? One little thing before I forget. You can't go into Unguard's room today.
Why?
The police's main investigation team is going to be in there all day, you hear? I wonder if they're the team in charge of investigating the killer. So don't go in there. Set one foot in there and you'll face the wrath of Wendy Oldbag.
Okie dokie.
We'll probably do it anyway. If it lets me. I doubt there's anything new to see here. Okay.
Let's keep going.
For now. Making Edgeworth a fan of the Steel Samurai is 100% one of the cutest character traits you could ever give him. I love it. Pearl is too powerful. Pearls? I just imagine her hopping up and slapping Phoenix in the face. I know, like, she's not even tall enough to slap him in the face normally, so she's just like... Oh my god. March 22, Gatewater Hotel, Viola Hall. Looks like we're the only ones here.
And yet, the hotel seems so busy somehow.
Probably because the police team is scouring for clues about the killer. There's probably nothing here, but I'll just check. I want to eat a meal with Mystic Maya again. Yeah, me too.
Whenever I watch Mystic Maya eat like she does, it makes me happy about eating, and then I can eat a lot.
Well then, how about after we wrap up this case, we all go out for a huge 20-course feast?
Okay, let's work really hard then.
Oh. For context, every time Pearl makes a particular Kubrick stare face, she gets a demon voice. That's her demon side coming out. This sure is one luxurious hotel. Almost to the point of gaudy with how it blends together everything fancy imaginable. No context. Too late. I already said it. Speaking of fancy, didn't that bellboy give me something like that last year? The awards ceremony was held on that stage. It was really fabulous.
You just reminded me of the circus for a second.
Oh, blah, 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 blah. I've already seen that. Anyway. Okay. March 22, Gatewater Hotel, hallway. Oh, there's Lotta.
Hey, city boy.
Ooh, Lotta, you're still here.
Reckon course. An investigative photographer eats or starves on her ability to snap up the scoop, yeah? And this hotel just has that aura of mystery. You know, like something's always about to happen. But do you have a camera?
Wreck given. Photographers gotta have cameras out the ear like corn to be a real pro, you know? So I'm hanging around here. Speaking of cameras and feeding the mouth, do you have mine, you bread thief? Why can't you drop that thief thing already? Well, technically we do. I guess. Alright. I suppose we can keep going. Night of the murder. I want to ask you about the night of the murder. What? You really gonna shell out the bucks for the info I got? Lotta, you were loitering in this hallway the night of the murder, were you not? Well, kinda, but... Brace yourself, Phoenix. Here it comes. I didn't exactly hang around here the entire time, you know? Followed a few stars around, got a few autographs, shook a few hands, had a soda pop with a few of them too. Looks like she wasn't here the entire time that night. The security lady also wasn't in this hallway the whole time either. I guess this means there's no one who can tell us who came and went that night. Scandal! So, about the note that was inside your camera case. Oh, that ditty I wrote? Yeah. Can I believe what you've written? You mean the stuff about On Guard shoving his manager lady onto Karita?
Yeah.
Ah, well, I reckon you best not be believing that.
What?
Look, I sort of wrote that on a whim, you know? Writing whatever came to mind.
Whatever came to mind.
Yeah, when you get down to it, it's just a lot of random bull dooders.
Bull tutors? Bullshit? Huh? Is Dooders poo? Bull tutors?
Hey, what's with you? Why you staring at me like my grandpa used to? Hey, and why do you look like you suddenly got older too? Or am I just shrinking here? Lot of talk, so funny.
Her journalistic integrity is overwhelming.
What a great journalist. Ah, my baby! My $1,600 baby! What's with that red-coated prosecutor anyhow? The guy told me it was evidence and refused to give it back.
Well, that's kind of how it is.
Hey, you're that redcoat's friend, ain't ya? So put in a few good words for me and get me that camera back.
You want me to do what?
Listen, nag the guy real good for about 5 hours and I guarantee he'll give it back.
Why don't you do your own dirty work?
Well, I reckon it's time for me to get going. A tabloid photographer without a camera is just a tabloid, huh?
Yeah, I guess so.
Keep yourself together out there, you hear? I'm coming to see you in court tomorrow.
Okay, see you then.
And you too there, Lilin. Keep up the good work, okay?
Okay.
Don't be picky about your food now.
Okay.
And make sure you do all your homework, you hear?
Okay.
And if you happen to find yourself a camera, make sure you bring it right here to me. Would you please just leave already? Pearl's just like,
Okay.
This game is great. Okay, I guess let's examine just to see if there's something different. To Mr. On Guard from the Global Studio staff. Be nice if lawyers got flowers too. Something like to Mr. Wright from all your grateful clients. That's the same. There's a paper. A Pied Piper picked a pickle pepper. There's a piece of paper taped to the door that says Matt On Guard's room.
The old lady told us about this, didn't she? That we can't go in this room tonight.
I wonder if an investigation briefing is going on right now inside, without Detective Gumshoe. Our insider info. Gone. There are toilets in each room in this hotel, but since all sorts of events are held here, there are bathrooms for people who aren't staying to use as well. Blah, blah, blah. There's a piece of paper. A piece of paper! Compared to the flowers on the other side of the hall, these are much more gorgeous. Let's see. Record companies, fan clubs, company workers, family. Carrying all these flowers home would be hard, I think. You know, that's something I didn't really notice before. Juan has all of these flowers and bears and gifts, and then On Guard is just this. And this was before Juan was killed. I didn't notice that. There's a piece of paper taped to the door that says Juan Carita's room. I wonder what exactly happened in the room behind this door. Even now, no one really has any idea. Let's see. So we can go into Juan's room. March 22, Gatewater Hotel, Carita's hotel room. What?
Mr. Nick!
What is that otherworldly ghastly moaning?
I hate evil ghosts. Wah!
I don't think it's a ghost. Maybe it's a demon?
Excuse me? Watch what you're calling a demon, brat!
It was you?
Ah!
Zoinks! It's the alien!
Who are you calling an alien?
Now they're dead. Oh, it's just you, Miss Oldbag. What are you doing here?
What is wrong with youngins today? I came down here to pay my respects to my poor Juan, and you're disturbing me.
Was that her crying? Is she just crying? Oh my god. Alright, well, it's about that time, y'all. We are at 4 hours now, and my tummy is starting to hurt. I'm hungry. So I think we'll be ending the stream here. I will take a note of what just occurred. The weird, ghastly sounds. Oh my god. That's windbag. Okay. Yeah, let me save here, and we'll just pick this back up next Wednesday. Great way to end, right? Right? Little cliffhanger. We'll talk to her next time, but yeah. Oh my gosh, did that thing that you mentioned happen, Flame, by the way? Was it the reveal that the killer was like a butler in Unguard's house? I assumed that's what it was. Oh, it wasn't. Yeah, we're at 4 hours, so we'll just have to see what that is next time. Aw, sorry. I was trying to keep going, but yeah, my stomach hurts. I gotta go eat. Yeah, let me catch up with chat real quick. Gonna leave it off at old bag. I sure am. This has been a great stream. We did a lot today, right? We got out of the first day of the court. We've been investigating. We found out where Maya is for sure, although we can't tell Nick that, unfortunately. But yeah, I'm very excited to continue this next time. I'm a little sad it's gonna be a whole week before we get to continue it, you know, but that's just how my schedule is. We're gonna be doing some Kirby tomorrow. I'll be back at 8:30 p.m. Central Time. I stream every Tuesday to Friday at 8:30. And I'm trying to 100% Kirby right now on Thursdays and Fridays. So I'll be working on that tomorrow. It's gonna be fun. Gonna be a good chill time. Well, maybe chill for y'all. I might be panicking. Thank you so much for tonight's stream, Bishi. So much fun. Really excited for tonight for some more Pollo. Yeah, tomorrow. Excited for tomorrow. More Pollo. More Pollo. I hope y'all all have a wonderful night. There's my social media. Most active on Twitter and YouTube. Also have a Discord open to anybody if you'd like to join. But yeah, I hope y'all have a wonderful night. And I'll be back for some more Kirby tomorrow at 8:30, like I said. And either way, have a great night. And hope I see y'all next time. Bye. Bye.